tiẹ̀ tó bá ṣe pé tiẹ̀ náà máa ń darí jọ wí àpérò ní kún gbọ́wọ́ ọ̀bọ tí ṣìgìdì bá gbé àbẹ́tì ló máa ń gbé àyàn tí ìlàyàn ewúrẹ́ ọlọ́run dákun má padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀.
Good morning, everybody. It's our show again this morning, this Sunday morning. I hope you guys are doing great. My name is Dupsy Baby, and I'll come here every Sunday to discuss life issues with my G's. How are you? I hope all of you are doing great as I am doing this morning. So the first story that we are going to talk about this morning is about this Father Angelo that challenged all the prophets, prophetess, pastors in Nigeria that if they can heal somebody, that they can show the evidence of them healing a lame or a crippled person, then there'll be a handsome reward for that particular pastor. And if they can come out with somebody they have healed before, they are gonna reward them. And there's another guy in the States that made that challenge to all the pastors in the United States, but none has come out yet to come and say he or she has healed this particular crippled, blind, or lame person before. So if you can just relax, listen to the readout, that will play a video after the readout, then we'll start the discussion. Woman, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you, Dupsy, and good day to you and to your listeners. So let's just get straight into it. It says for many years now, it's been a trending issue, a controversial one. The issue of faith/miracle healing by many African pastors. But in the past 1 or 2 weeks, the issue or debate has heightened following the visit of Miss Miracle, the famous blind Igbo girl, to evangelist Ebuka Obi's Zion ministry in Lagos. Ebuka Obi had made it look like he would have restored the girl's sight if only the girl had earnestly begged for it, like the biblical blind Bartimaeus. So instead of restoring the girl's sight, Ebuka Obi gave the girl 400,000 naira. If it wasn't for his puffing and huffing and the posturing as though he had the capacity to restore miracle sight, Ebuka Obi would have been praised rather than being heckled right, left, and center. In the wake of this saga, a clergy, Father Angelo Chidi, I won't attempt his last name, threw a challenge to any Nigerian that had been blind, lame, or deaf, but got healed after a pastor laid hands and prayed for him to step forward. Huge monetary reward was promised. So some other interested Nigerians contacted the father with a promise to increase the price. A week after, nobody came out. Not one person had received such healing, nor anyone knows anyone who had. Before his death, an American James Randi threw a similar challenge where all faith healers and psychics around the world were challenged to produce evidence of such supernatural or demonstrate one. $1 million was at stake. Till date, none claimed it. Many Christians get irascible when these so-called miracle healers are questioned, and when people attempt to verify their claim of healing, they label anyone who does this antichrist. But knowledge is power. Those who doubt most of these claims and who seek proof do not do so to attack the church nor the power of God. They only aim to save society, save victims, and profess solutions to those faced with health challenges or impairments. And their efforts are yielding desired results. There are thousands of men of God who do not make such claims, but rather focus on salvation and the gospel of Christ. We reserve our respect for them. So it goes on, but let me play you this clip now that speaks to that space. Is it this one?
Otherwise known
Are we
as people with
see this one,
disability.
Dipsy?
Oh, it's
We'll
not
continue
the other
with our
one
focus.
with a guy that no,
Hi,
yeah,
good
this one.
afternoon. My name is Chukwado
How
Chuku.
you see?
I am a blind man.
Hello.
I hail from Ebonyi State, Nigeria. Actually, before I proceed in this video, I want to take out this moment to appreciate the priest, Reverend Father Angelo Chidi, for the great job which he had done so far in educating many Nigerians about their gullibility, about how much they had given chance to, stuff that was not supposed to be given attention in the first place. Yes, not that somebody is telling you that Chikwado is blind. I am a blind man. I lost my sight to blindness 14 years ago. 16 years ago. I was 14-year-old when I went to bed in the night, waking up the next day to realize that my sight is gone. And ever since that time, I have been living as a blind man, in Nigeria. Though it wasn't easy for me all this while, but I can tell you very clearly that today I can boast of many things. As you can see me, I'm not looking handsome. So, and miracle is never our problem. Yes, I have been in that shoe. I was searching for miracles here and there, but at the end of the day, all I could get from those pastors and ministries was an abuse. I was abused, mentally abused, and all that. So, and I had to leave the church. So, Father Angelo came out and challenged the world. If you have known or come across anybody, be it a man or woman, who was formerly blind but could see today due to one miracle or the other, that the person should come out. Honestly, I think I should even be in a better position to point at people who had received their sight before. I should even come out to say, yeah, I was of course blind, but now I could see. But it's never happened. This is not in any way to say that God is not there. God is there, but we are really taking God for granted. This is not to say that there's no miracle. God gives us miracle every day. Sleeping, waking up every day is a very big miracle, which for me remains a mystery, because you just imagine going to bed, waking up tomorrow, and get to see that you are alive. You are back to your feet to do those things you were doing yesterday. It's a very big miracle, because you can't just simply explain how it all happened. That is miracle, something that is beyond human comprehension or explanation. So I have seen many places where some pastors, churches advertising some deaf people, wheelchair users, who were using wheelchairs before, but today they could walk. I can bet that such thing never happened in Nigeria. If it had happened, social media at least would have brought to the attention of the priest, Reverend Father Angelo, about such person, but nothing happened, And to my surprise, I was seeing a woman on my wall by name Florence Obiageli, Nwabweze, who was attacking me and the Reverend Angelo, calling us all sorts of names that were antichrist and all that. I want to tell you, Madam Flores, that nobody is against the church. I think Father Angelo was so determined to advocate, also to liberate us, especially us who are even more vulnerable from all this mental, Holianism that we are suffering, that were brought to us by Europeans. So I want to use this great opportunity to thank you, dear Father, for the great job which you have been doing all along. And I can tell the world that I am one of the Nigerian blind citizens. And I am happy to be a blind. You can see my footstep. I can walk very well. I do not care about obstacles. This device here is called
Okay, I think there's a problem with the audio there. We can actually stop it. It's fine. Yeah, I think we've had
device.
enough of that.
This is one of the devices you use.
Yeah, woman. Okay. So it's a very sensitive topic this
Everyone.
morning.
Bye.
Is it still playing?
No, I think
Okay.
it's just now
Let
come
us
to an
finish.
end.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a very sensitive topic, and I just want to make a disclaimer that I believe in God. Yes, but I'm not a Christian and I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm not a religious person. So please, if you want to come into the studio, don't have the mind of coming to attack me. Just come, bring your argument so that we can have a very robust conversation this morning. I don't want to fight you. I don't want you to fight me. Do you understand? So just come in as a Christian or Muslim or whomever or whichever of the religion you practice. Come in with your own perspective so that we'll be able to have a very good conversation this morning. I'm not here to attack you. We're just talking about things on ground and some things that have actually they actually ruined Nigeria. That is what we are talking about this morning. We need solution. We need a lot of people that that knows about all these things to educate each and every one of us so that we can be liberated from all these chains that we are in. So that is why I just want you to know that I'm not here to attack you. Don't come to attack me. So that's why I'm making that disclaimer. And please note, I believe in God. So this guy now is saying the write-up that one man read is letting us know that they have not found a particular pastor, they have not found a particular prophetess that has healed a blind, a lame, or somebody, you know, that's looking for a miracle. So that is why we want to tell each other that is it good for each and every one of us to know already that these things doesn't work, that people should seek, you know, help through the medical side. You either go to the hospital or go to where, like an organization that can actually help you through the scientific method of healing you. That is my belief. Instead of people wasting their time, especially people with mental mental illness. Most of them, they take them to churches or take them to mountains where they will just chain them, start beating them. People get abused sexually, physically, and all that. Instead of taking people there, why don't we educate each other to tell people that, look, let's take our sick people to the hospital. That's where they can be healed. That is where the miracle is, I believe. I believe that's where the miracle is. Instead of wasting time in all these religious homes, taking people there. So if that is just my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion, you can just say this morning, so that we can learn from each other. One man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry by the way. Well, since you are doing disclaimers, let me do a bit of disclaimer as well.
Okay.
Apologies for background noise. I've got children wrapped around me where I am, but they have quietened down a little bit. But that space. Why do you think people seek solace in those churches? Is it not the abject hopelessness of situation that leads them there?
I
And that
agree.
that call that if anybody has ever been cured by all of these so-called miracle healers, with nobody coming forward, because of course, if anybody comes forward, it will be medically checked. So with nobody coming forward with as much as $1 million at stake, does that then not give sufficient enough space for people to actually start to interrogate these people that claim all of this miracle but cannot provide evidence of it?
I agree with you, one man. I agree with you. It's not even only Father Angelo. I've seen a guy that usually come to challenge them like that, and no one will come out to say that they've healed this particular person and this is how this happened. Like there's no evidence to these things. It's just like hearsay. People just say it and people believe it. So I believe, yes, it's the condition of the country. People find solace in all those religious homes just to go there because they're not going to pay much. Do you understand? So they get abused mentally, physically, some sexually. Do you understand? So that is why I think we have to make sure we speak louder enough so that we can educate people that go to the hospital or go to some organizations that help people that will take them to the hospital. Because of the way people are financially in our country, they tend to go towards the religious homes for healings. Maybe they don't have enough money that the hospital will bill them. So, but there's some organizations that are doing that they are going to help you, take you to the hospital and make sure you get the appropriate treatment that you want. And especially the mentally disabled people. I think it's even very bad to take them to all these religious homes because they get abused so much. So that's what I believe, woman. You can go ahead. And I think we have somebody too in the
Yes,
studio.
I think Dewale is here with us.
Okay, one man, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, do you want me to introduce another topic or do you want to invite Dewale to
Yeah, I
yeah,
want to invite Diwali. Yeah, we
yeah,
can stay on the topic and yes.
yeah, Dewale on mute. So Pastor, Deborah Akwademi and all of that.
I was actually hearing Dupsy, in the comment section. I was trying to do the voice over so that I didn't get a very good introduction this morning. I think this is the first time I'm going to
Thank you.
join the show early. I usually join the show, but sometimes I may not have the time to be in the studio. Doing a good job. Doing a good job,
Thank,
man.
thank you so much, Diwali.
So I heard you guys talking about the religiosity of Nigerians, somebody being sick or blind or something, being taken to church. And I don't know why I'm speaking like American this morning. Let me flip back to Nigeria, Jerry. Don't mind me. I mean, woman, I heard you say talking about wretchedness, poverty, and all that. I think that is the major factor. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you very well,
Okay.
Diwali. Please continue.
Great,
Yeah.
great. I think that's one of the factors that led people to find solace in church. People go to church not because they believe in Christ. I bet you if Jesus Christ showed up in Nigeria today, people would not believe him until he's able to give them something. And that speaks to human mind. Human mind is always looking for something. Human being wants something. And they go to church. Number one, they're poor. Have you ever wondered if you have ever been to church? The rich men pray differently, while the poor men are the ones sweating and jumping up and down. One time I was hit in the head. One time at the Redeemed Christian Church of God camp. Of course we were all the same. We were all there together. But the point is that the rich men have a limited prayer point. But the poor people always be the ones who, sometimes take a fight to God. I'm not condemning people doing that because of their position or their situation at the moment. Have you ever wondered when people migrate from Africa or Nigeria to United States or Europe, and after they've able to establish themselves and financially stable, then they tend to look away. I'm one of them. I guess I'm evolving and I'm changing, but I don't know. People tell us I haven't been to church for a very, very long time. Do I feel guilty about it? Absolutely not. But I just believe that, people going to church, number one, they're going there because of solace, because they need support. And then the so-called pastors are swindling them. When if you have ever been at the point of need where you don't have a choice, right? The person that you're looking up to as your benefactor could as well take advantage of you because you're desperate at that moment. So when people go to church, I used to watch the likes of Pastor Awunzia. I don't know if you guys remember Pastor Awunzia on the NTA there.
No,
And
I don't think I know him.
Is it that guy? What God cannot do does not exist. Is it because that seems to be
No,
the
I don't think
really
that's the one. No.
I forgot his slogan then. I was had he was like a Benny Hinn of Nigeria there, then followed by
Okay.
Richard Jaffa. There were a lot of televangelists at that time, and they were using that to swing the people. This man, that was when Daewoo was reigning. Whenever he was driving around and drive around, in convoy, Daewoo
No.
they put his
I,
church.
I don't think I know the one Dewali is talking about. I don't
His name's Pastor Awunzi. I think he relocated to Europe or Canada. I can't be so sure, but he relocated outside Nigeria. But that tells you, what this, especially this Pentecostalism stuff, make it a little bit easier.
let me ask this question. Why do you think people are not seeing through this? I mean, they go in, everybody knows it's a scam, including the people that go there, and they still go there with the same fervor. Is it hoping against hope? Is it because they're the? I mean, what's going on? The guy is scamming you. The guy tells you should pay. You should give him the last you have. You give him the last you have. You walk home because you don't have transport fare to get yourself a taxi back home, and then he drives past you in his Lamborghini Countach out of the money that you gave him. You know it, and then you go back next Sunday to do the same thing. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's more like a hypnotizing the patron. But I believe that they know, but the fear of losing what they believe in is the greatest fear that they have. When something that is the only thing that you're looking up to, and if that is taken away from you, or you no longer believe in that, then there is hopelessness in their life. Then they don't have money to take themselves to hospital for treatment, and even if they do take themselves to hospital, the hospital is more or less like arbitrary when they killed Ram these days, because even a doctor diagnoses you, is trying to swindle you as well, prescribing a medication for typhoid instead of malaria. So you see, and sometimes they might even have a terminal disease, and they've just, given some more or less like a first aid. So they know, not that they don't know, but it's just that they don't want to lose that hope, because that is their last hope. They're poor, they're wretched. Until you take yourself out of that box and you're looking at it from outside. The most lucrative business today in Africa is Christianity, is being a pastor, a shepherd, or whatever they call it. And as long as you have the ability to be able to convince people, to talk to people, some people are good when it comes to talking, and sometimes deep down you can tell this is pure psychological. They try to whip up sentiment, hit you where it really, really, really matters, and it speaks to your mind, it speaks to your problem, and you have no choice that to put your hand in your pocket and start spending. Look, I'll tell you this: even the most educated, the richest among them, also fall victim to this. I could remember the Professor Akunyele daughter's, son was, granting an interview, and he spoke about how a particular pastor in Nigeria swindled his mother. This is somebody who is very valued, who is a professor of pharmacology, and yet believe in that divine power of healing. I'm not saying it's not there, but you could tell if a pastor is asking you to break financial reward for you to have total healing. Now that tells you about the mission. All right. So that woman was at the lowest of the lowest at that moment, at that time when she needed the treatment. So she was paying money to the pastor. That was what our son said. So you can imagine that. It's just that we should pray that we won't find ourselves in such a situation that we ended up knowing that this person is actually taking advantage, but we keep giving and giving. It's unfortunate. It will continue to happen. There was a story I read sometimes ago on the dailies, that a pastor from another West African country came to Nigeria, swindled people, and take their money and run away. All right. So, and eventually, I think they got arrested. I can't be so sure, but it was, all over the news at that time. So, I believe, Woman, that is unfortunate. People don't go to hospital. That's another thing, especially among men. Men do not go to hospital. Women, they can manage to go. They would rather go to Elewe Omo. And guess what? The Elewe Omo will not actually diagnose what actually wrong with them. So, and at the end of it, you can imagine somebody's trying to give birth, and they say you have to go to Elewe Omo. I'm not saying that, you don't do well. I mean, but sometimes you might need a real scientific way of doing things and go the right way. But people they believe that because they look at their pocket. Unfortunately, Nigeria is, people are disadvantaged one way or the other. No matter where you turn, you're still going to have somebody that is going to take advantage of you. And the church is not left out because that is the most lucrative business today.
Thank you so much, Adewale, for your submission. Can we hear from Simba, please? Simba, are you there?
Hey, Dipsy baby.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Woman, good evening. Oh, we are in the evening here. So
Good evening to you, Simba.
how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, this is a very interesting. Yeah, this is a very interesting topic. But I want to differ a little from what people have been discussing. I don't think this thing has anything to do with religion. I think it's a mentality and it's commoner among the blacks. I don't know what is wrong with our DNA. If you go to our space, you discover that it's not only in Christianity that this thing is happening. It happens across all religion, and it's not a religion thing. I think it's the way we take spirituality. If you go to our space, you discover that all those traditional people also, people go to them for help, to look for one miracle or the other. So it's not a religious thing, because if you look at the two common religions, both Islam and the Christianity, where those religions come from, people don't do that. I've never seen anywhere in Saudi Arabia where some people will go to one imam or to go and seek spiritual help. If they are sick, they go to hospital. They have the best of facilities that people goes to. The same thing if you go to Europe, where Christianity emanated from. You can't see all this kind of useless things that is happening in our space. So to me, it's not religious. People just use religion to swindle people. So it has nothing to do with those religions. They just use that opportunity, that advantage that they have over people to swindle them. So I think is a black thing. And if you go to even where the space where people are, if you go to UK, Europe, and when you go to churches, it's black people that you meet in the churches. In UK, where one man is, they fix match on Sunday during the time the people supposed to be in churches. That's when they pray premiership, and people, you see the stadium filled. So, but we should still go to it's the black thing. I don't know, maybe because of poverty or whatever is actually affecting our psyche, that is making us to actually fall prey to all this useless thing that we do. So
yes, we have just been brainwashed. That's why we have been brainwashed that's how to think, and that's what to do whenever you're ill. So if people knows any better, they will go to their proper channel to get their healing. So if you have been brainwashed,
you are where you are now, you are saved. If you are in Nigeria, let me tell you, you see people around you. If you have any little problem, they will put pressure on you. Because by the time you understand, by the time you see your friends, your relations, your sisters, your brother, and everybody is saying the same thing, you just give up. You understand? And that's why you see, irrespective of the kind of education and your level in the society, everybody still behave the same way. So even sometimes when we are saying it's poverty, sometimes it's not. It's even pressure from relation can make you succumb.
So sorry, Dipsy. I think Ekene wants to show off his fine boy. So that's okay. He wants to
Okay,
show off his
okay,
fine boy.
let's hear from Ekene. Okay.
Is it getting in the max?
To show off his fine boy. You want to do fine boy for us today, Ekene? Look at that. Are you after babe? Ekene, look at that. I think it's frozen.
Engineer can see your face.
I think it's frozen.
He's probably in the mass in the church or something.
No, I think it's in a meeting or a gathering.
Maybe he wants to show himself in the church. Okay, maybe Simba can go ahead. I don't know why.
So what I'm just saying in summary is I think the problem is actually multifactorial. It's not only one, and it's maybe because the way we are brought up and all I mean is poverty. So many things can explain the reason why we behaved that way. And because let me tell you, I have a practical experience. I think I've mentioned it on this platform before. There was a time my younger brother has a brain tumor and he was bedridden.
Yeah, you've shared the story before. You can go ahead, Simba. Yeah,
So, and I have this friend that comes to my house every day, and he was even, he was blackmailing me. Doctor, why are you behaving like this? You people, maybe because you people went to school, that's why you are behaving. You think everything is something that you can do medical. What is wrong with your brother is not only medical, it's spiritual, whatever. At a point, I have to give in. I say, okay, let me give like what they used to say that what belongs to Caesar is Caesar. Okay, what do you want? It's okay. He has one affair that can go to. We went to the affair. He said we should go and bring 30,000 naira, bring goat and everything. I gave them everything. Meanwhile, I knew what I was doing. As I was doing that, I took him to hospital. I did a CT scan. We confirmed the something. I booked a flight and I took him to hospital in India, and he was operated. And the guy is fine now. This thing happened about 12 years ago. He's married now. He has 3 children. If I have waited that time, even all those things that he claimed the affair provided for us that time, I didn't use any of them. So maybe because of the knowledge that I have that saved me.
Yeah, Simba, but for you to even agree to give them money for the affair, I don't understand that. Do you know? I get confused.
But we can't dismiss it. We can't dismiss it to out of hand, though. There's some efficacy to those affairs.
What efficacy is that?
Well, they
which efficacy are you talking about, one man?
So maybe they dabble into nativism to enhance their Abrahamic
traditional healing.
Yes, then you go to them, and then via a babalawo you get whatever it is. People get solutions from some of those spaces. We can't deny that.
No, one man. This is something that we can see physically. You understand? I can then. So what will remove the tumor from the brain? So is the tumor will just disappear to where? I don't believe all those things. I don't believe them. It's just.
I think
just
have to be very because you have the knowledge of a tumor in the brain, but somebody
the guy was disturbing me. No, saying the disturbance was so much.
Yeah,
that
I'm just
if
saying,
I didn't,
sorry, yes. Are we saying that faith cannot heal? Is that what we're saying? Because I am not. I'm not sure that I'm fully on board with that. I know people of high science.
I don't believe. I don't believe that. I don't believe anything in faith.
People come here and tell you personal story.
Yeah, Simba, what I'm even saying to Simba is that because Simba has this knowledge, he's a medical practitioner. He knows that a tumor in the brain is a serious thing, that you have to actually act on it. But how about somebody that doesn't even have that knowledge, what a tumor is? Do you understand what I mean? So that person can just easily be brainwashed to go to a religious home to get healed. When he or she has a
can you imagine somebody like Professor Dora Akinyuli, who has a cancer and was looking for spiritual solution to a cancer? You can imagine at that level. Okay, what can we say is poverty? It's not poverty.
No, it's lack of knowledge.
And you can't say she's lacking knowledge because she's a pharmacist.
People do. People do. Do you know, if you're not what I always preach is that please always increase your knowledge at every point, because all these religious things dull your brain down sometimes. But so if you know you want to go there, I'm not saying you shouldn't go there. If you know you want to be going to a church, a mosque, and all those places, please always be ahead of your pastor, so that you always increase your knowledge about stuffs, about every subjects, so that you will know already that this is a tumor in the brain. There is no pastor that can heal this. I have to go through
Listen,
the
I
medical
totally
route.
agree. I totally
Yes.
agree with you with this
Yeah.
knowledge of the thing that you mentioned. Let me give you another example. I was a junior doctor in a hospital in Ijebu, in Nigeria. That was in maybe around 1999, 2000. Then we admitted this woman who has diabetes, and she came with in coma, and we are giving her insulin. You know insulin, Duse?
Do for diabetes, yeah, I do.
For diabetes. So then initially this woman was responding. At a time she stopped responding and the sugar was going up. So the insulin was no longer controlling the sugar. We increased the dosage. This woman was not responding. My oga came to the ward round one day and told me that, okay, we should discharge the woman, that the woman should go home and use alternative medicine.
She would die.
Bí Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ pé that means he has exceeded his knowledge. He doesn't know what to do, and he gave up to this. I told the woman, I said no, because before I joined that hospital, I already worked in a teaching hospital. So I told the woman, I said no, it's like you are reacting to this insulin. This insulin is not good for your body. We have to get another one. So I went to UCH Ibadan as a young doctor. I got Humulin. This is a recombinant DNA insulin. It's not. It is a genetically yes. And we started this Humulin. Within 48 hours, the blood sugar of this woman crashed, and this woman became conscious. This is somebody that they will have wasted her life in the name of saying maybe it wasn't natural, that there are some people responsible for the illness, that they should go and be using agbo or using spirituality.
And Simba, do you know the worst part? That agbo and diabetes doesn't go together most times, because sometimes it might drop. There might be hypo.
I don't even have anything against agbo, but what they are, what
it might even drop their blood sugar so low.
What my guy was, what my chief medical officer was even suggesting that time was that it's like there are some people behind it. You understand? If you say agbo, you still believe that you have to take something. That it's like they have to go and appease some things, or that spiritual. You understand? That was what he was suggesting. You understand? So after, you know what this woman did for me? She bought a bag of rice and brought it to my quarters. That time I was staying inside the hospital. Simple thing. So when human beings exceed their knowledge, they give up. And they will give everything to spirituality. And that is where some other knowledge is starting from.
I agree with you. It makes us to be so lazy in our country.
Exactly.
People are so lazy to think.
Yeah,
we give up very easily.
Let us look at it from a different angle. See, it is one thing to go to the hospital. It is one thing to get the treatment. You agree with me that when it comes to diagnosing ailment in Nigeria, it's crap. It's a joke. Look, Chief Ganifa was diagnosed with I think typhoid or something. Meanwhile, this man had a throat cancer, right? So you can imagine when, even though you were asked to go to church, to hospital for medical attention, the hospital sent you to go get the blood work done and all that. And while the blood work was done, you were misdiagnosed for something different, something that could easily be taken care of. So you have all these malpractices that kind of discourage people, so to say, because people will look at where Agbo would not lead me astray. Agbo would take care of my need instead of me going to these people to misdiagnose what is wrong with me and all that. You can imagine, Simba, that incident that you just talked about, that woman's sugar level. You can imagine that woman, being gone to a different lab, and they say, oh, this is something that is wrong with it. I actually have a brother-in-law that had something similar to that. He was having issue with the sugar level and what do you call it, high blood pressure stuff and all that. Then the doctor actually prescribed some medication for him, and he himself knew that this medication is just too much for him to handle or something like that. He just needed to make changes to his lifestyle and change his eating habit and all that. And he made those changes without him being told. And lo and behold, he went back to that same hospital and eventually was cleared of everything. Today he's fine. He's above 60. So what I'm saying is that even the medical you know, lines still also discourage people, and sometimes they look for something that they could hold on to. That's why they seek all these other, avenue.
I agree with you, Adewale,
Yeah.
because that my younger brother that gave the story. You know what they said was wrong with the child, with him, because he was serving that time in Imo State. They said he had typhoid.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody who is suffering from brain tumor. He was complaining of headache, and they said it was typhoid that was
Probably
causing the
it
headache.
feels maybe fever sometimes, so they would just
No, there
complain
was
it
not
was
even
typhoid.
fever. There was no
Oh.
fever. There was no fever. You know, some people, and it has to do with what you mentioned, Dusi. Knowledge.
Hmm.
If you don't have knowledge, then you fall for everything. You fall for anything.
The same pastor that will be praying for you will be also coming to America to seek medical attention.
A popular pastor in Nigeria.
Sorry, Simba. Dupsy, let me know when you're ready for the Adeboye clip.
Okay, wait, okay. No, let's just discuss this for a bit, woman. I found it interesting.
Pastor Taiwo Odukoya did not die in Nigeria. He died in America. So what does that tell you or tell his patron of his church? All right. So
the wife of Winner's Man. What is the name of this one?
Oyedepo, yeah.
When she was sick, she flew abroad for care. Meanwhile, you see members of the congregation that will be coming to church to come and seek for spiritual or miracles. You understand? But still, I still believe what Dusim mentioned is knowledge.
Let me gist you about this story. Let me tell you about this story. People shouldn't come from you. I'm not Oyedepo's fan. But if he's your pastor, just take it easy and listen to this. So the guy had TB for a while. He had tuberculosis, so he doesn't really treat it. He wasn't on it like that. So the thing just worsened. So one day, I think he was trying to go on the pulpit and he was coughing so hard and he was coughing blood and all the handkerchief was full of blood. And it was like, people were so scared. So they went to the office to tell him that, no, you shouldn't. You should rest. Let people go on the pulpit and preach on your behalf and all that. He said they shouldn't worry that he will go because he's coughing the blood of Jesus, that they shouldn't bother. Don't come for me.
Serious democracy.
It's so funny, Simba. Go ahead.
So to me, no. If we can improve our facilities, people can improve their not. Okay, Adewale, earlier on you mentioned that when you are in Nigeria, you behave the same way, but when you go to where you are now, you learn better, you know better, and that is what is influencing the way you are behaving now. You understand? So, and one of the best way to learn is traveling. If you are just in a domain, you don't travel, you won't know anything. It's not
Simba, don't
only
say
what
that.
you learn.
Some people have been abroad in this Western world for 30 years and they're still in that cocoon. They still send money back home for that for all these Olusho and all those people to give them holy water
They
and
they
anointed
still
oil
send it to
and all
them
that.
to use
Yeah,
abroad now. Exactly.
yes,
They
yes.
export it.
Don't say
They
that.
still export those things. Exactly.
Yes, you have
I
to be
agree with you.
open-minded. You have to be
Is
open-minded.
it not in the same America that Suleiman came to America and they were
Exactly, for
looking
miracle money.
for alert, miracle
Miracle
alert?
money. So don't say that you have to travel. No, if you don't want to unlearn and relearn in this life that we are in now, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And I wonder how people say they serve God without knowledge, because even inside the holy book, they wrote Bagada that God is knowledge. So there is no way, Simba, that anybody will know God without having knowledge. Because you wouldn't know God, you just be saying it with your mouth that you're serving God, you're a Christian, you're Muslim. If you don't have adequate knowledge about all the aspects of this life, you won't know God. Actually, you're just saying it by your mouth that you know God. So you continually make mistakes. So the brain that God has given you, you're not using it. You're expecting somebody that God has given that kind of brain to dictate to your life. Even if there's a place called heaven, God won't allow you to enter for not using that specific gift that God has given you, that brain. You're not using it. So somebody like what's his name now that we mentioned? Oyedepo is scamming you. So you, as some people say, Ọlọ́run á dájọ́, ká ní pé wọ́n scam ni. Ọlọ́run ò lè dájọ́. Ọlọ́run ti dájọ́ by giving each and every one of us the thing that we're going to use on this earth, the brain. The brain. That is what you're supposed to use. Along with dájọ́ kankan. So if you don't use
Do
that
you not
brain,
think you're
that
being a
is your
bit harsh,
business.
Dupsy? Are you
No,
not being a
no,
bit
no.
harsh?
No, I'm not. Okay, let me not talk again.
No, you can talk, but you know, because you are looking at it from your level of function. You are a highly educated, a very intelligent, a globally
Oh
traveled sort
man.
of a person. So you are looking at it from that perspective. I look at it from the perspective of somebody with an average education, caught in the mires of the Nigerian situation, completely weighed upon by all manners of things, and there is this pastor offering him a pathway through.
I agree with you, woman. And that is why I say we have to have the ability to learn and unlearn and relearn. Don't close your mind like a dumb person. Be open-minded. Seek for knowledge so that the things that be instilled in you that are not right, you'll be able to bring it out and bring new things inside your brain. So don't close your mind because they said this is this, this is this. A book written by a colonial master, you attached yourself to that and you want to die because of that. That's been dumb. You have to be able to have that open mind. Even if you're in Nigeria, seek for knowledge. Always listen to something that's new. Accept it, check it out, critically examine it so that you will know if this is right or not. So don't close your mind. Most of our parents even made mistakes. That is why Nigeria is like that. You should know. Most of them make mistakes.
But it's not a
Yeah.
Nigerian thing now. It's not only a Nigerian
No,
thing.
I agree totally. I'm just you're just
Do
saying
you
this
think
about our
it's a
country.
poverty thing?
It
And by the
is.
way,
It
the
is.
mass of the global majority, they fall into that vulnerability to this sort of space. Because anywhere in the world, go to India, go anywhere, there's always people at that, and they constitute the bulk of the mass, the teeming mass of people. They fall within that bracket of vulnerability. They are at their wit end, they are at the capacity of where their wit can take them. And then they're looking for some sort of a celestial escape, some sort of a supernatural happening within their life, that sort of a Suleiman miracle alert. So, and that is where the vulnerability is. So now, a lot of us are equipped to exploit that vulnerability, but we're not inclined in that way. But anybody inclined in that way, like the Suleimans, the Oyedepos, etc., those people, they're just easy pickings.
Yeah, and I want to say too, we should always encourage each other to have the critical mind. People are mentally lazy, woman. That is why it's like
Well,
that all over. People are mentally
Dopsy,
lazy. They don't want to think things. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
tell me which business in Nigeria bring you more profit and you don't pay taxes? Which business?
Apart from politics.
religious, yeah,
Apart
religious
from politics.
business.
Apart from
Religious,
politics. So,
yeah.
so religion is a business that is very lucrative because you're not obligated to pay government back. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to be taking from the government, taking from the people, and you're also taking from the government if this is possible. All right. Yesterday, somebody invited me to a place. It's a church actually, but owned by the white people, and then they invited me to come over to pick up a turkey. I've never done that. All my years in America, I've never done that. But he insisted because we work together. And I said, okay, I have people that I know that I will be in need of this at this time. So I said, you know what, let me just go over there. So in the morning, I didn't pay attention and my phone was blowing up and all that. So I went down there. And what I noticed, the first thing was that this church was actually run by the white people. All right. They're not that rich. They're actually in one of those stores. And in my head, I was like, okay, I would like to see how many Nigerian churches going to do this towards the Thanksgiving or Christmas time here in America. In Nigeria, I have never seen. Maybe they do that now. I don't know. If churches in Nigeria give their patron, things or food towards Christmas celebration and all that, I have never seen. But this is a church that actually, not like a mega church or big time church. This is like a church in one of those local store, right? But they deem it fit to not just give it to the member of the churches, but people that generally interested, and that is the way to win soul. If that is what you want to do, if that's what you set out to do. You feed people, and then you can now listen to the message you are bringing forth. But you see, the kind of churches we have in Africa and Nigeria, because if you look at it, Nigeria lead the pack when it comes to this strengthening business stuff. The social responsibility is zero. They don't even know if they have anything called social responsibility. They don't care. I attended a church in Nigeria where after service, everybody just drive their car. There was a day I was driving and I saw people walking in the rain. In the rain, Dupsy. To me, I was like, no, this is hypocrisy. How can? And that day, I vowed that every time I leave this church, at least one or two people, I would drop them off at the nearest bus stop. The bus stop then to the church then was Bagada to Antony. And it's a long stretch, it's a long distance, right? People were drenched in the rain, right? And people would drive their good cars and leave other members. If Jesus Christ was alive, would Jesus do that? So it is hypocrisy. That is the most lucrative business that we have in Nigeria. And people do that as long as you get trained how to be able to convince people, to come. And look at what happened sometimes ago about the Winter Chapel's pastor that went to the media, went public about being fired from the job, and people were condemning that he signed up, knew what he signed up for in the beginning. And I'm kind of like, okay, isn't this for winning soul? When did it become a business? When did it become a job? When I was growing up, I grew up in Anglican. The Catholics, the fathers and the archdeacons and the canons, they were paid. They were paid peanuts. There was no, even the bishop sometimes may not even have a car. Depends on where, if your church is in an urban area, maybe patron might give you some money and stuff like that. But now, it's no longer that. The Pentecost, what do you call them? Pentecostal churches have bastardized everything. Even in the regular older church like Anglican and Catholic, they're also copying them now because they realize, look, they were being left behind. They needed to start making money just like these folks too. So you said something that why people keep going over there is because they don't have a choice. They do. I won't lie to you. Some of these folks call pastors also using juju. They will bury stuff in their churches, and
I don't believe in juju, Adewale. I don't believe in juju.
It's real. It is real. Just like somebody who is doing Awure or who is doing Kowole. All these people, they do all these things. They put stuff in their mouth to talk to people. How could you convince somebody who is you expect to be knowledgeable, educated, and yet still deem it fit to go empty his account and give it to a pastor. For what? For what?
So,
And when
so
you
sir,
don't come to church,
so sir,
Adewale,
mm,
this thing is just like a syndicate. They have marketing department. You understand? People that they send out, they look for, when you come to that, they pretend as if they can see through you. They know what you eat yesterday. They know your problem. It's because they have people that are close to you that are giving them information. So the problem I see, I can't blame the pastor. It's for the people that are actually vulnerable to them that I can blame. And I don't want us to also focus on pastors alone. It happens across all religion and non. So it's not only peculiar. It's only that the one in Christianity is so obvious and is common than
yeah.
other. It's even in Islam. We have
Let's
imam, we have afars that are doing the
yeah.
same thing. That are
Sugar.
swindling people.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's hear from BT, so that we can move ahead. BT, can you just let us hear your contribution this morning? You're welcome. Yeah.
Good morning. Good. I finally made it to your show this morning, so I'm
Thank you, Baba
gonna try
T.
to come here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Well, wow. Because Simba had to tow the traditional part. You know how it always had to throw shit on us, but it's fine. But in regards to people seeking out alternatives after, okay, because Simba brought up the case of Dora Akunyele. You have to understand that in most cases, the church is not, when it comes to medical issues, chronic disease management or what, acute care, whatever, people don't seek out, the church is not the first choice. It's when they've tried to explore Western medicine and they cannot have that problem fixed, is when they now, go to the church, to seek for prayers. Most people don't choose prayers at church as the first options for whatever when it comes to medical issues. So it's out of desperation. When people are desperate, they will do and undo, like we say in Nigeria, right? You want to save your own life. You want to stay alive. And like Dr. Williams talks about in Nigeria, uh, end of life care does not sell well. Like hospice and palliative care is not a very lucrative business in Nigeria because everybody believes that some deity somewhere can save them. So I just think that we should look at it from that perspective. That sometimes it's not because they don't believe in Western medicine; it's that perhaps they've tried it and it hasn't worked for whatever ailment they're facing at that time. So they choose to an alternative, which will be the church, some higher power to help them out, and the pastor then exploits that. I think that would be more accurate to describe what's going on. But it is what it is. But I made it to your show. That's the whole point.
Thank you, Baba T. Thanks so much for coming. Just hang on there. Let's hear from August Cyrus. August Cyrus, are you there? Okay.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Are you all hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Good morning to you.
In regards to these pastors, we have to really break this thing down so people can really see what's going on. All of these pastors, you have to have the right mindset when you're analyzing them. These pastors are politicians, pure politicians, just in Sunday garments. They either belong to the PDP or they belong to APC. And if you mess with them, everything from their attitude to their methodology to what they do when you mess with them is no different from a politician. They scam people. They take money from people. They take the public money from people. They don't use it to do anything. They use it to enrich themselves. They take public funds, use it to buy a house, buy a car, overload on police and security. And if you mess with them, they will call the police on you. There is no difference between them and your average politician. If you see any difference with them, or you say, oh, they're this, that, you have missed the whole point. Just today now, I don't know if one man, if he's here, if he knows, if you all know about Matthias Ezako. Matthias Ezako was exposing a lot of these bad pastors, bad reverend fathers, and everything. Do you know? And especially the Ebuka Obi that we're talking about now. You know this? I just saw a video.
I think I've seen
Today.
that Matthias video before. I think I
That
know him. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I know.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
video that came out. It's haven't even reached 8 hours ago. It happened this Sunday morning in Nigeria. These pastors, they called the police, they called everything. They went to Matthias' church because he's doing his own traditional church now. Went there, beat up so many people, kidnapped the guy, shot somebody there, injured so many people. This one happened this morning. It's on Matthias' video page. I don't know if one man can play some of the video for everybody to see. It was terrible. There's absolutely no difference between these pastors and everything and the average politician. And then in Nigeria now, we're not as African people and Nigerian people, we're not very we're very ignorant of many things. So once they see somebody on TV getting healed, and they look around, they hear some from people they know or their parents who go to the same church and believe them. They too, the children who don't know any better, they'll follow ahead and believe. But we don't check anything, we don't analyze, we just go along with the whole thing. So we still have to blame the people as well. Because if you see this thing and the thing is not working, and the guy is just like he's saying he's healing people, and you don't know anybody that he has healed. Why would you keep on going on the thing for not for weeks or for days or for years upon years upon years upon years, and open your account and give to them for what?
That's
For
called
what?
the power of brainwash, brother. It's called the power of brainwash.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not only. It's not only. Like I said. Like I said. A lot of us Africans were ignorant of things. You can't do this thing abroad now. There's no. Yes, they take money abroad, but it's no one claiming to heal anything abroad. So how is it that the African who all this Christianity that we're talking about now was brought to can heal people, but the people who brought it to him, they can't do the same thing. That alone would tell anybody that there's no need of me going to this church for any so-called healing or anything. That alone should tell anybody that there's no need to go further. But we go, we give money, we give car, we give everything, and these pastors, they abuse the members. They use the women, they use the men, they use the children. It's just so many scandals. And I think that the real people is, I'm not saying in terms of Christianity, you can still use it to fight for the people and help give the people a better life. In America now, most of these people who fought for the rights that all of us in the diaspora were enjoying, a lot of them were Christians, a lot of them were pastors. They came out on the street, they put their life on the line for everybody, and a lot of them died for it. But what are these pastors these pastors in Nigeria? They don't do nothing. Whether people are dying or whether people are can't eat or come outside, do protest, come outside, speak against politicians. They can't do it because two of them are the same. So I don't see, and unfortunately, I don't see how things can get better. Things are just they're going to continue messing up Christianity, messing it up to God knows how things are going to end up. So it's just bad. It's just bad. This is part of the problem we have in Africa. That's
Thank
all
you for your contribution, Cyrus. Thanks. Can we hear from Mike, please? Mike.
My Doopsy.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, my brother.
Sorry, I just woke up, so that's why I missed. I don't know how long you guys have been on, but,
for 1 hour 6 minutes.
I don't know. I always wake up very late on Sundays. I don't know. Okay. So what are the topics? I mean, I just came inside.
There's a guy that challenged all the pastors in Nigeria, all the prophetess, all the Olusho, each and every one of them, to bring out one person they have healed, maybe a blind person, a lame person, a cripple, somebody they have healed before. And anybody that has been healed by a pastor should come forward. He has a handsome reward for anybody that comes forward to be able to have evidence that a pastor has healed him or her, or maybe a pastor now comes forward to say that I've healed somebody. So the guy is challenging anybody that can come forward. He's going to reward that person handsomely if the person can
They
show
beat him up and
evidence.
they arrested him this morning.
Sorry?
They beat him up and they arrested him this morning.
Okay, yeah. Cyrus just said that to us. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
So the man that asked that question over the reward, they beat him up. Who beat him up?
No. The guy that asked the question is Father Angelo Cyrus, not Matthias asks the question all the time, but this particular one was asked by Father Angelo. Yeah, but that Matthias, I know him. He asks that question all the time. I think he said he has some 10 million or something to give to anybody that comes up with an evidence that he has healed. And before Mike goes on, I have to let you know that Benny Hinn, the master healer of all these pastors, I hope you guys know Benny Hinn in America, was challenged by his nephew, that they go around doing this miracle, that not once has Benny Hinn healed anybody before. The guy challenged him openly that they always lie about those miracles. But I'm talking about Benny Hinn now. I hope you guys know Benny Hinn in the United States of America. Yeah, so you guys should just have that in mind. Mike, go ahead, please.
So at least it's been established that they lie, it's all fake. The only place where they really do their power they put is through, it's in Hollywood movies, So see, the thing is, it's not like it's my business what people do, or people always say, "Mike, aren't you might go look the other way?" The reason why when I hear, I literally passionately hate this not Christian, but Christianity and just the whole idea in Nigeria. It's personal because they literally mess up life of people that I know. That's why I just irritate me. They mess up life of my family member. And that's why I just passionately hate that religion. And then when I dig my research and find out the origin, why it was brought to Nigeria in the first place, oh my God, I just want to shoot all the leaders in Nigeria and just literally take over and just ban it. We all know how the British brought that shit there, man. We know why, They literally brought it there to destroy us. They know what they were doing. There's no way the British man will know the way to heaven and give it to the black man. They're telling you that Christianity is the only way to heaven. The white racist man, but especially back then, would not know the way to heaven and bring it to the African. I say, okay, this is good for you. This is the way to heaven. So it's a scam. And those that are participating, they are helping to promote it and push it. They are only in it. Those are the pastors, right? The evangelists, they are only in it for the money. That's the only reason. They never rejected it when the British brought it. The British brought it. They partnered with the British. British told them, listen, we need to spread this religion here, and this is what it's in for you. You will make money. This religion is about making money. Just join us, help us spread it to your people. Do propaganda movie to push it. Claim that if you say the name of Jesus, anything can fly. You can kill this and demonize your own indigenous this thing and claim that your Jesus name is more powerful. You can use it to conquer it. And they use Nollywood movies to brainwash us as children growing up in Nigeria to believe that the mightiest is Jesus and Christianity. Brainwashing, that's what they did. They used brainwashing to convert us to Christians. And they did it to my family members, where my grandfather made a mistake sending his children to Western schools and he spent time teaching them about their traditional stuff. So by the time he died, they didn't really understand it. And they were exposed to all these pastors, and the pastors told them to go and throw away their deities. And they suffer.
Your name is Michael, right? And your name is Michael.
My name is what? My father was a Christian. He's the one that named me now. I didn't name myself. I didn't name myself.
Why did you ask me if I want my boyfriend? Why did you ask
this guy, dude, this your long essay you are giving on Christianity. I don't even understand.
Lucy, you want him here now?
Why did you ask me if I want my boyfriend?
Rational mind, there's no need to be emotional. If you want to debate the Christianity with me, I'll just make you look stupid.
It was emotional.
We can debate now. I'm telling you. What are you upset about?
Word, Mike? You know the origin of that word?
Yeah, my name is Mike, but I have my traditional name. I have other names. Yeah, my name.
Your parents named you Mike, right? No doubt.
Didn't you just hear me say?
Why have you not reverted that name?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Why have I not? I don't bear mic. I use it on the show for you guys.
This platform, not on your
Okay,
other
if I bear it, so what?
Oh God, I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy there.
There's no hypocrisy. There's no hypocrisy. I didn't name myself Mike.
If you are claiming you're an ardent nativist under the name Mike, there's an inherent contradiction there.
Do you want me to tell you my name? When I pray to my God, they don't know me as Mike. Deities don't know me as Mike. I only bear Mike for the purpose.
You carry yourself here.
My name is. Let me tell you my name. Do you want me to tell you my name? My name is. Do you want me to tell you my name? Can you mute my mind? I want to hear Rational Mind. I have my floor. I don't want to hear this.
No, I'm listening to you.
Rational Mind, leave Mike alone now.
I understand when people are hypocrites.
That is his own belief. That is his own opinion. Let him have it. You can't change people.
We know people have opinions, but we challenge opinions here, right?
Can I have my floor, please? Can you just shut this ignorant idiots, please? Can I have my floor?
What did you say?
I will answer your question. Just shut the fuck up. I will answer your question. If you want to interject, please, second. Don't be talking over me.
You can't be using that kind of language.
Then you two shut the fuck up. Now let me talk. You don't want me to use the bad language.
No. Woman, no, you need to step in. This is wrong. You can't do that here.
Then get lost, then. I told you to let me talk. I have my floor. You keep running on your mouth.
Mike, you are really rude.
You're Rational Mind. You shut the fuck up. You don't want me to be rude to you. Then let me have my floor.
If you don't want somebody to tell you the truth, you are very, very rude. It's not just now. You've been doing it, and it is wrong.
Well, if you don't want me to be rude to you, then respect yourself.
It's not only you that have a bad mouth. What's not my
Yeah, show your bad mouth. I won't be good now.
Here we are. I'm condemning him.
Dewale, can you shut the hell up and let me continue?
No. This is what you're not going to do. You're not going to use that language on anyone.
If you don't want me to be rude to you, then if I tell you to let me have my floor, let me have my floor.
You have been known to overstep your boundary by using this kind of language on people. You don't know.
Well, if you don't want me to insult you, then respect my time.
No. You've already insulted me. You say I should shut the hell up, right?
And now, because I keep telling you, let me have my floor. You won't shut up. And I have to tell you to shut up now.
Well, this is not my show, but it's unfortunate.
Guys, Joe, Joe, please.
Mike is known for that. He's known for that. You're not the only person with the
Joe, please. Let Dupsy, she's the host of the show, please.
I was shyly on his side, but he started telling everybody to shut the hell up.
Diwali, please.
No, you are siding with your Rational
Mike, now. Mike, please. Spinach Joe, it's Dupsy show. This is not the after. Let's just respect the host of the show.
Dupsy did not step in now. Dupsy and woman did not step in.
Because you want me to deal with you now.
Guys, relax. Let her just moderate the platform. Let's stick to the topic.
Thank you, Baba T.
Let
Mike go ahead, please.
Thank you, Jerry. My grandfather made mistakes sending his children to Western Square. You know all these missionary schools now. They were the first schools in Nigeria. So when our parents are sending their children there, they brainwash them, convert them to Christianity, and tell them that all their parents are worshiping is the devil. They will tell them that issue is Satan. So that's what happened to my father. So my grandfather sent him to this school to go and get Western education. So he came home, got brainwashed. So my grandfather wasn't even know what his kid was learning in school. So my father was going to school learning what his father was worshiping as own was satanic. Jesus is the way. So my father, by the time my grandfather died, my father was supposed to be the one taking care of the deities, right? With the rest of his siblings and the extended family. So pastors now told him that he should go and take his wishes and go and throw them away. So, by the way, that's how my name Mike came, because my father converted to Christianity. And when I was
Mike, can I interject you?
We entered after this statement. So my father became Christian. So when he gave birth to me, he's the one that gave me Christian name named Mike. So I don't know how I'm a hypocrite being Mike. I didn't name myself Mike. Is when
but you're an adult now, Mike.
I just told you, one man, if I come here and start being, my name is Ifa Muriwa. That's my name. I bear Mike just for the internet's sake, just for you guys to be able to pronounce an easy thing. That's it. But it doesn't mean name means absolutely nothing. It doesn't get in the way of my practice or anything. It's just simple name you bear. I find it is a cool name. Mike is a cool name. I kept it. I've been bearing all my life. Most people know me, so because people have known me as Mike. So I can't just wake up one day and say, hey, my friend, Jide, I'm no longer Michael. So I bear it just for the sake of but my traditional people, my old people don't know me as Mike.
For convenience. For convenience.
Thank you for convenience. Exactly. If I come here and I just prefer it. Just for most people I interact with in the world don't know nothing about my tradition, don't practice my tradition. So what's the point of so
okay,
anyway.
Mike, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead now, I can hear you.
Okay, so you said your father was asked by his maybe his teachers or whatever when he went to missionary school to go and throw the deities away.
No, not the school. When he became adult, his pastors.
Okay. Whether pastor. Now, this thing that we are talking about is not only limited to Christianity. Even the traditionally, they scam people in the name of providing solutions to their problem. Do you believe that?
It depends who that traditional person is.
No. It's
but
not
let me explain why. Let me explain why.
Let me then even the deity that you said the pastor asked your father, if they are really deity that have power, could that happen?
Could it happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Can your father just throw
why could it not happen? You have free will. Why could it not happen? Why could it not happen? If I wake up today and I decide to go and throw, it could happen. I mean, they don't force you. You have free will. You control your life. The thing is, what will happen is they will give you a message. They will give you a message. They'll give you a warning. They'll give you a message. That's what the deities will do. Now you know.
So where did they disappear to? Are they still where he dropped them? Where are they now?
No,
those
you can't.
deities that your father
No. The thing is, you can't kill deities. What happened is you throw them away, right? What happened is now your life it will be affecting your life. So what's going on is in my family, a lot of my family members are having a lot of spiritual problems. You understand? Including me. I didn't know. It was when I did divination. My father never told me any story. It was the divination that now told me. It was, in fact, it was when I got initiated when I was doing my initiation. Then the deity were now telling me my family story. And I didn't know that my family, say a lot of things that have been going on in my family is because they abandoned the deities and they threw it away. In fact, they was telling me. So when I now went to ask my dad, like, hey, what were you at? He never told me his life story. And I went to ask him that what were tradition, what was about his what they were practicing. He now told me that he threw this thing away. I'm like, wow, the deities told me. And I went, he now confirmed, and I confirmed from him. You understand? So I was like, wow. And we've been having problem in my family, dude. Like problem after problem. Like literally a lot of spiritual problem. So I was initiated. A lot of issues I used to have, a lot of things used to happen to me. Those things went away through a lot of rituals I had to do just to get rid of it. And the ones in my family that have joined, come back in tradition, they're doing fine now. But we have ones that are just like literally confused. Like and I keep telling them, listen, you have spiritual problem, but they don't want to hear it. They say, oh, they're so addicted to Christianity. So, a few of them into Islam. They will tell you that your ancient ways, old ways, and they'll start telling you how evil it is. I'm like, okay, cool. Or what they saw through Hollywood movie. So they've been sort of brainwashed, So that's the point I'm making. Like, it's just, I mean, like, they messed up life.
Yeah.
How many minutes is everybody talking?
Just 5 minutes because we are moving ahead now.
Anyway,
let Rational Mind just say something before we move ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to address you. I want to address you, Dupe and one man.
But let me finish before you go, because you know me and you will spark again. But let me just.
Okay, let him finish Rational Mind. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
So we need to, in Nigeria, honestly, we need to start documenting where we are coming from and where we are going, how we became the way we think, what's the origin, how do we become Christians, how these religions came into Africa, the history. We need to document these things and start teaching our children so they know what the hell they are doing, because A lot of things we do, we don't even know the origin, how it came about. We just do it. We just follow it. We don't do research. We don't ask that question. When the British came, what was the point of these missionaries in Africa? We don't know, because obviously what I found out was that when the British came, our deities were disturbing them, and they needed to get it out of the way. So they had to use some strategy to convert people and brainwash people. So that way, when they convert them, they cannot utilize those people, use them to penetrate the continent, to come into the land and do whatever. So it's a game they play, it's a tactic, you know. So when I discovered that, I'm like, wow, how come people fall for this, you know? So we need to do our research and find out what this is. Because obviously, beside even what I'm saying, the spiritual part, look at the destruction the pastors are doing in Nigeria, in Africa. Look at all the crazy things they're doing. Fake miracles, lying, destroying families. I mean, it's just, they're the ones destroying people. And they will claim that we are the bad ones. You know how many people have had to heal from pastors destroying their life? I'm talking about like spiritual healing from Christians. And they will come to us when their problem becomes very bad. They'll forget pastor, they'll not come to Babalawo. We need to be the ones to help them. Even the stupid pastors, they come to us too. They come. I don't even answer pastors again. I want hypocrites. They come to us when they have problems. They come. We want to have to to find solution. So this story is so long, but anyway, let me just stop here. All right.
Thank you so much, Mike. Rational Mind, please, can you just make it brief so that we can move to another
topic? Somebody spoke for about 2 hours here, telling me to make it
but brief. Mike is my G now. This is my show. Mike is my G.
It's your G.
Now.
No, not only your G, it's your L. L, your G. What English or more Igbo, so you're my G.
Mike is my G. Just get there and have peace, please.
Shori, you are one man. You see, I think they were left in anger here. I mean, you guys did not address the matter here. Like, you see, you see, I keep telling Mike that you need to learn respect. Your insolence is, if most of us come here and we share our view and we kind of like attack our views, not because we hate, not because we hate each other or we just want to challenge people's views, so that whatever you are saying, you are consistent. You are consistent about it, and you know what you're talking about. Not just you're just coming here and making up stuff. That's why, not as if I know you. I don't know you personally, but sometimes we just banter for the sake of being bantering and wanting to just make things straight. But when you take it like to the extreme of wanting to attack people, I mean, there are other choice of word you can use. You show that, oh, I don't want you talking to me, I don't want you interjecting me. Then you have to stoop that low to refer to people as idiots and calling them names. I mean, it shows how rude this guy. No, I've used the word here several times. That this guy is an insolent person.
You're very nice, Abi. So you call on the started shouting on me. You call me hypocrite.
Mike, give him the right to reply.
Okay.
Because you went at him.
That's the mannerism or manner of an insolent person. Somebody who is so rude, who will treat people like, I mean, and I've seen you many times the way you talk here. You address people. Even when people try to like talk, you are so rude to them. In fact, I'm so glad that this guy brought it up. Because if I said it, even though when I use the word insolence, maybe some of you don't even know, maybe you yourself don't even know the meaning of the word insolence. So my point is this, Mike. You are a Yoruba guy, and I expect you to know how to speak to people. Even though you don't agree with them, there are ways you can express your displeasure, or you can express how you feel about how they how they come off to you. Not to that stoop that low and you start insulting them. Look at, I mean, I'm sure he left in anger because he wasn't even taking my side as such. He was even trying to support you, and in that process, trying to mediate between you and I. And I look at how you attacked him.
You need to learn. Please try and come back.
You need to learn. You say chill out. Use the word chill out.
Joma Binu now. Let's go ahead, please.
You go out, guys.
Hold on. Here's the deal.
You should learn to chill out. Try to understand. Read the room. Read people very well before you just start just talking and being rude to people. It's not rude.
Here's the deal.
And you're here championing Yoruba culture and whatever. And you're not even sure. You're not even portraying that That Omoluabi, as you know,
I just say I don't like some Christian. If I don't like some people, I don't do Omoluabi with those people. You understand? So if I see pastors today, I will not be Omoluabi with pastor. In fact, I want to slap them.
So are you like?
But here's the thing. But wait. Let me respond to your what you just submitted. Just see, you call someone hypocrite, and your user spread right now is complete hypocrisy. Because you say I'm rude. You came, you shouted on me, call me hypocrite for being Mike. And I said, okay, fine, let me explain it to you. And then he kept going on. And I said, can I respond to you? Insulted me. I was nice enough to even come. And then you kept going on. And I said, I have the floor. Can you stop? Can you just allow me to talk? And he kept shouting on me to keep going. That you think I'm? Do you think I'm a punk? You can come here and disrespecting me, and I won't disrespect you back. Are you? I mean, unless I like you. Okay, if I don't like you, already know I don't like you. Wait, you already know I don't like you, and you're being rude to me. I expect me not to be rude back to you, and you're calling me rude. You came here rude first, so don't say I just woke up and start attacking. I've never since we've been doing. I've never ever disrespected you until before you disrespect me. I'll respond to your attitude. That's what I do. I respond to people's attitude. That's what I do. With Dewale, he started taking your
side. Like criticism.
No. What Dewale did, what I got mad at him is he saw when you disrespected me because he's also a Christian. He always want to side with Christian. That's what he did.
No, Dewale is not a Christian.
You got to Juicy. This is what Dewale did. He was telling me. Hold on. This is what Dewale did.
Why did you watch this video, Mike?
I know very well.
You just said.
Can you allow me talk? Can you allow me to talk?
Play out the way you said it.
We can establish that you disrespected me first. We know that for a fact. Because I'm talking, you came and start shouting on me and call me hypocrite for being Mike, insulting me because I being Mike. And we know that. So I responded by insulting you back. Now, Dewale came there, quickly joined you, started siding with you, accusing me of being rude to you. And I'm like, hey, can you stop? Because I don't like that. You know that you started it. He should have at least tell you that you were rude before telling me I'm rude. No, he decided to call me rude and ignore your own attitude. What you did wrong, he didn't tell you anything. That's why I told him, see, you want to be siding with him. And I said, I first told him, can he stop? He kept talking. I told him, shut the fuck up with you, Abi.
All right. That was when you should have taken. I was waiting for you to take charge, actually, Dupsy. But
I don't know, Mike. What am I supposed to do?
Imagine the Mike as an army officer. Yeah, it does shoot everybody.
You bias. Me,
we're biased, though. I can't handle Mike. What Mike is my chief?
Also against our Christians. I can't keep quiet. Only moderate. I just come and run mouth.
Go ahead. Let's hear your own contribution.
For me, I'm bouncing very soon. I told one man that I'll be leaving. I'm just trying to shave. Anyway, my point is this. You see, all the things that somebody just spoke here.
What do you mean you are just trying to shave? Where did you start growing a beard for you to be shaving? All these kids of nowadays.
When one of my son is already telling me I'm my woman. So let me go straight to the point. See, when some people come here, they use they're afraid of speaking or saying things the way it should be spoken, or maybe they even lack the knowledge of things. They always speak from their own perspective. Well, I'm not too surprised. One thing I want you to address is that I understand religion is that topic is a very is a highly charged topic. It makes emotion right go up high, and the only thing is just when people point a finger at one particular religion and they fail to do same to others. That's when it gets me like, what are we here doing? I mean, are we being balanced here? The last time I remember Usman Dan Fodio when it came to North Nigeria with the Hausas. If you talk about even to this very day, there are some part of Borno, Adamawa, especially Taraba, that people still you still find animals there. People worship their deities. Some of them they convert to Islam. They still practice their voodoo stuff on the side. Even in Kano today, there are some part of Kano where you still find people who still do those. They still do this their voodoo stuff, and they still go to mosque. But we know how when Muhammad was making his conquest into North Africa, those people he converted into Islam in North Africa, they were referred as to a Kafiri. I'm speaking now, sir. Well, we call them Kefiri in Yoruba, which is unbelievers. A lot of them were people who worship their own gods. A lot of them under the force of sword, they converted to Islam. So I don't know when somebody come here, all his fixation is on just Christianity. Maybe Christianity has done that to his family. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm just trying to put things straight for all of our listeners, who I know most of them are informed. They are historians themselves. That if you are criticizing a religion as being the reason why Africa is backward, you don't have to just limit it to one religion, and not only just Christianity or the so-called Christianity that was brought to Africa by some colonialists, but rather it's both of them. Islam is guilty, Christianity or so-called Christianity is guilty of this same brainwashing of our people to abandoning their own religion. But I can make case for both of these each religion as to why they had to convert these people to their own religion. Because these two religions thrive on can't even use the word proselytization. Proselytization means you convert people to become member of that religion. Judaism too has that in it, where they proselytize people. They make people convert to their religion, to practice that religion. So like discipleship, they make people to become a disciple. So it's in an inherent thing in them. The proselytization that were done by the other two Abrahamic religion, which is Judaism and Christianity, how it's spelled out is not under the force of a sword or threats, but rather they talk to them, they get them converted. I want to believe that's how Islam himself, that's how Muhammad wanted it to be, until he had to bring in force. But when you have so many scholars as to how did force came in, because some people will read some part of Quran, they'll show to you that yes, Islam also preach about discipleship, talk to people, convert them, without even threatening them to become a member of Islam and to practice Islam or Muslim. But some people will tell you now, no, if they resist, we have to use sword and those kind of things. So it depends on who you're talking about. We're talking to about that. But I will talk about Judaism and Christianity. The initial proselytization or the initial conversion of people is you speak to them, you reason with them. If they see reason to what you're talking about, then they convert. I mean, those people who are on your platform here, who are listening, who must have read the Bible, you will see so many examples in the Bible, in the scriptures, not just even in the New Testament or the Old Testament. I mean, not just in the New Testament, you also find in the Old Testament when the Israelites, the countries or the nations that are surrounding them, when they hear about how God has been good to them, they will come and become like we talk about certain people among the Canaanites. They come, I think the Gideonites, they came when they saw how the Israelites then were conquering nations, and the next nation will be their own nation. What did they do? They had to come and make truce with them. Say, oh, please, let us serve you. We'll do anything you want us to do. We'll become your picker of. I mean, and then they make peace with them, and they became part of the Israelis. I mean, there are so many examples in the scriptures that is replete with how they
Rashnama, sorry for interjecting you.
Okay, go on. But you're making brief so I don't lose this thought, please.
No, I just want to ask you a question on the story that you are relating. I don't seem to understand what you are talking about. Which country, which region did the Israeli conquer?
I'm talking about the Bible Israel. I'm not talking about the Israel of today, the one that called himself Israel today. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Even in the Bible, we know that even it's the Roman that conquered the Jews.
No,
so I don't know where you are getting this story that you're talking about.
Hold on. It shows that you don't read the Bible. You've not read the Bible. You've not read the Bible. If you read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you understand what I'm trying to say. For those people who read the Bible, they understand. So let me not go into details because of time. So my point is this, is that when we are finding fault with one particular religion, it kind of, I ask questions. And this person at the store that just spoke, I mean, not you, that just spoke a while ago that I had issues. If I'm sure if you look through his family very well, the people who are his family members, extended relatives, maybe uncles, and whatever. A lot of them are not just Christians. Some of them must have been maybe Muslims too. They must have converted because I know their parents, grandparents, or whatever must have been practicing our normal Isheshe, but they converted to maybe Islam too. It happened in Yoruba, many Yoruba land, apart from in the northern states, where therefore they brought in war on them and made them to convert. Most of the how do people, I mean, there's an outside word they used for to refer to their obas there before they started using this emirship. They were all people that practiced voodoo and all of those things. So even the Shetima tribe, what do they call them? From Borno State there, was they are
The
very
Canoris. The Canoris.
Canoris are very steep into voodoo. Forget it.
Hmm.
They have one of the biggest talisman. The whole Canoris, they have the most biggest talisman. Talisman are just another word for saying they use the guise of maybe Islam to cover face, but they are steep into some magic, real big magic. So let's just feel that I don't want to lecture all of us into all of it. So my point is this: the conversion of the mess they've made of Africa today is not only on Christianity. I think both of them shares Islam and Christianity. But someone to say, yeah, I'm trying to make it look like, oh, it's only Christianity that has done bad to his family. I mean, I don't know. And I'm sure some member of the family must be also practicing Islam. But that's by the way. Now, let me go to the real substance of what I'm trying to say here. I don't know what the topic is now. We're just trying to talk about what this person said. And I'm glad that Simba brought that topic up and brought that question up. Are these same people also not even guilty of the same? You've had people that will go to all these people that do Isheshe, they will play you 419. You ask them this, they will do another thing for you. I don't know. We know people are just so dubious. So there's in every religion, there are dubious people. I know the pastors today, they are just businessmen. They don't preach the gospel. I've said it on this platform many times. I'm not really, I only practice religion because of my own spirituality. It's good for my own spiritual mind. And that's why I practice religion. I don't practice religion because I want to be known as a pastor or I want to have big names. It's just because I feel the need that there is a void in me. I need to communicate with the Supreme One. But however you do it, you choose to want to do it, either through Islam or through Isheshe, is up to you. But I will talk to you about mine if you want me to talk to you about mine. If you see reason in it, you want to follow me, that's fine. But if you don't want to, that's your own decision. But that people will always find fault with Isheshe. I don't get it because the whole concept around Christianity, like I said, is proselytization. You preach to people, you convert them. And that was what I think those early missionaries of the colonial times, they did. But we know, like he said, like Mike said, there also political angle to it. How do I say, like, I'm looking for that word right now. To kind of like beat the people of Africa down, to make them look that they are inferior. Perhaps that's another angle to it too. But they use that as a tool. Those
Control to control us.
Maybe yeah, that's what other word. Control. So to control the people, maybe that's the word. But the real
rational mind. Can you just round up?
Let me just
so
conclude
that
this
we
way.
can move ahead. Yeah.
Just like if you heard about the Crusaders, the history of the Crusaders in Jerusalem, in the old Jerusalem, in the medieval times. Let me use the word the medieval times. You read about that story. How the Crusaders they left from Europe, they went to Jerusalem, to the Palestine today, to go and fight, to want to restore the kingdom of heavens, as they call it, or the kingdom of God there, or restore Christianity there, as they say. It was all for political reasons. It was all for just for their own their own gain. It's not because they. So people have used religion. My point is this: people have used religion in whatever way they see it fit or they deem it fit to to make money for themselves or to make names for themselves. But the real Christianity is not that way. And even in fact, the one who left the religion or who started the religion himself said it ahead of time that these people will do this, they will do that. So people are already forewarned. So it's up to you, if you read the Bible very well, to know all of these things. Truly, there are people who would use anything to, to promote whatever agenda or whatever things they want to do, like the colonialists did. I give that, I see eye and eye with Mike on that. But that sometimes we just need to be balanced when we give submission on things. But I'm sure we are not all balanced. We're all different in how we see things. So, but let me just leave it at that, so that
Okay.
if there's any question for me,
Oopsie.
fine.
No. There's a guy Femi on the platform. Please, can you just make his submission? Okay, BT, you want?
It's just a question, just to
Okay.
clarify with Simba,
Okay.
because sorry, apologies, Femi and Dupse. Just 1 minute, just want to clarify something with Simba. Simba, by the way, sorry, I saw your email today. I will respond to your email. I apologize. And one man, check your email as well. I had my guy respond to your email this morning, so please look at your email. But my question to Simba is that, like in America here, we have typically state laws give parents like the leeway to guide their children, including providing consent or refusal of medical services. But if the state determines that that belief is related to religion and is going to endanger the child's life, they can override those religious beliefs in some cases. So I wanted to ask Simba as the pediatrician, because I don't really care about the adult, to be honest with you, because it's their life. They can make their own choice. But for children that have to rely on their parents, do we have any laws in Nigeria that protect the kids from these religious beliefs? Like, because I lost two of my friends in primary school that, looking back now, one died of asthma attack because they took her to Orioke, and the other one was at home jaundiced, but they were doing a abomole for demonic whatever, and this guy really died of pretty much just yellowed up to death, and he was there, and it was because of the ignorance of the parents and belief in these religious practices. So, do we have any laws in Nigeria that protects kids from all this religious beliefs in Nigeria? Just a brief response, Simba, so we can move on.
Okay, yes, we have. But the only problem is that the two examples that you mentioned, it happens at home. But peradventure, if they bring such a child to the hospital, like the one that had jaundice, and maybe they said they want to do something like an exchange blood transfusion, and the patient refuse, you can actually, most of the big hospitals in Nigeria, we have lawyers that can seek court injunction to restrict the parent from actually taking any decision that can affect the children. Yes, we have done it several times, and I've participated in one. The child the child was bleeding from the rectum, and the child needed blood, and the parents are Jehovah Witness. They said no, that we shouldn't transfuse. Where we seek court injunction and we transfuse that child. So, but what happened after was that they said they are not going to take that child from us, but the court still restricted them. They said they don't have any right to deny that child because we have to save the life. So there are laws that actually guide against
But
such practices.
do they persecute like because let's say then they go through with those religious beliefs and the kid dies? There should be laws to prosecute those parents for negligence, right? I mean, so I want to believe there should be one.
Babati, can I comment?
Babati, I even support that they should take. Maybe they should just take all the children away from them. Assuming they have like 5 kids or 5 kids, they should.
And
Duty, from them.
This boy was this boy's mom.
You have no knowledge of. I mean, I'm not talking about.
Nobody is spinner.
Hold on. This perspective of the other people you are criticizing, you do not have it. Can I give you that perspective, especially what Simba said?
I did not give any perspective. I only asked a question to clarify. Okay. I don't. You don't do. Okay.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is this: as a medical practitioner, Babati and Simba, you guys know that the medical field is evolving virtually every day. You remember that? Can you know that? Now, what these people are championing is that, of course, they can say they don't want to accept blood, but there are other medical procedures that they would accept to have these whatever illness that needs that blood transfusion. I mean, you, Babati, you live here, you practice here in America. There are different ways you can operate certain diseases, or I mean, certain illness that you're trying to fix. That if blood is the transfusion of blood is one of the ways you can achieve that. There are other ways you can do without transfusion of blood. You know that?
Right, but National Mind, did you hear what Simba said? That is acute case in an acute care case where you need that blood immediately. You're discussing
it's because listen,
so
I get
a
what
critical situation
Simba
where
is
you
saying.
need that blood immediately. You don't have that much time to be spinning blood to reverse.
So that's the thing. It's because some of our doctors in Nigeria, they are not exposed to that medical procedures that can hold on.
Rational mind.
Wasoro. You talk, because I'm speaking as one who has family members, and I've gone into their views as to that, and I've sat down with them, I've looked into that. So my point is this: is that there are many other medical procedures that you can bypass transfusion of blood.
And what they're telling you is that in case of an emergency, like an accident,
no matter how
that a person is losing blood, that is what Babati is trying to tell you. Listen to him. In case you have
I'm also someone who is vast in this area.
You are taken to an accident and an emergency station in the hospital. Some people need blood transfusion immediately to save their lives. What do we do in this case? That is the question. Not people that just need blood transfusion for something else.
Or they needed the surgery that they can even take their blood and bank it.
Or they were actually doing surgery and they lost a lot of blood and they need blood to just stay alive. That's what we are discussing here. Why do people like to spin? Intellectual discussion.
English, Mike, emotional. Why you being emotional now? Huh? Why are you being emotional? This is not emotional. We're talking about what is out there.
We have to be very, we have to discuss intelligently. Don't let us start.
No, rational mind. Rational mind. I've participated in all these Jehovah's Witness of 18, all the other alternatives to blood transfusion. But those are if you need it on a long-term basis, if you need then a procedure you have to plan for. Those are the only ways you can use all those things. But if somebody needed blood acutely, if somebody comes with hemoglobin of 2, you can't be giving the erythropoietin or other blood alternatives. There are some cases that you need that blood urgently. Without that blood, all those alternatives cannot work. Those are the conditions that we are talking about. We are not talking about when you needed, you need to do a surgery 1 month's time. They can even take your blood and bank it in case, so that by the time you are doing that surgery, they can use your own blood for you. Those are not the conditions that we are talking about.
Can I come in?
Let's move ahead, rational mind, please. I don't have time for this, please. I'm sorry. We have to move ahead, please.
I'll continue. But let me say this to you, Dupe. Can you make this a topic for some other time so that we can all discuss it? Since you say you want to move forward.
Yes, we can.
Like that legal problems.
I want the 3 doctors or the 2 doctors here to be present so that we can discuss this. I want to.
You are the 3rd doctor here, so you have to.
I'm not the 3rd doctor, but I'm somebody. Don't worry, I'm just somebody. I just said it that I want the 2 of them to be here, and any other doctors to join us so that we can talk about this. This because let me say something to you. There are some religion. They are not extremists. You might think they are extremists in their views or how they perceive things or what they say they will not accept or they will accept. However, it doesn't mean that they want to kill themselves or they want to die or they are martyr, as they call them in English. They have this martyr kind of thinking that, we want to die, we want to go and see Jesus. No, they're not like that. Like I said to you, he just mentioned alternatives now. Now, they would accept alternative to save their life. But there is something behind that blood. That's why they said they would not accept it. Even you, Babati, and you, Simba, there's been so many procedures where even blood is applied and people still die. They still die. So I don't know what we're arguing about here. Because
we have seen it, but we have saved so many life with blood also. So what I don't understand your argument.
I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying
so Spina, basically the point is you know about autologous blood transfusion, which, like Simba said, would take the 1 to 3 days before surgery. But we're talking about acute critical case. That's the whole argument we're making. And under most laws, you have to prove that your religious belief does not endanger the life of the child. Like, I don't really care about the adults. It is their choice. But I'm discussing kids that don't have the choice. They don't have a say. And
they cannot give consent on their own.
And when the mom, who is a religious nut, makes these crazy decisions on their behalf and they die, what happens to them?
There are so many children that have died because of that now.
That's where
so many children have died because of that.
But thank you, Dusi, for taking your time. Thank you.
We'll maybe still another topic another day. Let's move forward.
Yeah, we have to make it a standalone topic because I think there's a conversation to be had there. It's too big to be a side.
Okay, yeah, one man, you are a Jehovah's Witness. I've forgotten.
Well, by birth, not by practice, but
Yeah. So
Simba, let me answer the question you asked me earlier about the people. No,
let me talk.
Who is there?
No, that was
me. That is me.
Sorry, Jare. Oh, sorry. Okay,
I've been here for a while.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please go ahead, please.
Femi, can we open up the next topic and then you take the lead on it?
No. Let me talk about what I understand, what I love to say. I have already think about it, and I would like to say something about it also.
Please go ahead.
I would like to talk about Christianity and religion also. That is why I'm here since over an hour and waiting for everybody to finish before I have my own say. Yeah, this is what I am a Christian, and I believe 90% of people on this platform, like I'm talking about people here now. I'm talking about out of the 8 people, 90% are Christian. And hearing people saying that Christianity really affect them, really do this, really do that. Christianity, firstly, is a religion of love and peace for everybody. Sometimes someone can fall into some bad pastors. Is all in all religion, both tradition, Muslim, there must be a bad egg among them. I thank God I'm a member of Deeper Life Bible Church, and I am very happy to be a member of that church because I have been a member of some churches that is different from my church before, and I know that there are pastors that are not straightforward, and they are not righteous in their way of thinking, their way of doing things. I used to say something, before I believe we cannot be righteous 100%. That is my belief before. But when I get to Deeper Life, Pastor Kumu used to say something that you must be perfect. I believe everybody cannot be perfect. Baba used to say that you have to work to be perfect. Every day, you have to be perfect in the front of Christ. And when we are saying that Christianity make our life simple, except someone that believe in miracle. Deeper Life, you cannot see Baba touching anybody for miracle. Baba will pray that let the layman stand up. Many laymen stand up. Many blind man started to be seeing. A deaf started to be speaking up. This happened. Everybody can attest to it that when Baba preached, after the end of the preaching, Baba pray. Baba does not touch anybody, and you'll be seeing miracle. People say that there's no miracle, there is miracle. That is
Who
why I
is the
used to.
Baba?
That is why I make that example.
Which of the Babas? Which one?
Baba Kumuyi.
Oh.
Baba does not. Baba Kumuyi does not touch anybody when he pray.
That's why he went
Baba
ahead
does
to go and get married to somebody after 1 month. Wọ́n tẹ̀lé Maraduro. Kí ló ṣe tí gbogbo ara wọn lé?
not. You can make evidence on him. Baba ò fẹ́ dẹ́ṣẹ̀.
Kí ló dé?
Baba ò fẹ́ dẹ́ṣẹ̀. That is what really happened, Gogo. That is what really happened in that case. It's just like Paul gan sọ tó bá lè dúró kó dúró, yọ tó bá lè dúró kó fẹ́yàn mí. That is the only apart from adultery.
Some respect.
Death you don't say me.
He should have shown some respect. That was so disrespectful of him, brother. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
It's not a month, oh, madam. It's not a month. It's not a month. Sister Esther, over a month. Do you know that Sister Esther also she has not been married before?
At 62 years old,
yes, the woman has not been married before. We should be thanking God.
Femi, 62 years old.
I don't let me say mi ní wà ní position láti sọ pé bàbá bá yé ọyàn jẹ bàbá help life ọyàn tó pọ̀.
Wow. Okay.
I will ask some people here, like I'm talking about real deeper life. I'm not talking about very deeper life. When you have a kid.
Can I just interject you 1 minute? You continue, my brother. So some people came to this world with the brain that God has given them. They invented something called television. Do you understand? Do you think it's easy to invent something? They invented something called television with the brain, their God-given talent. And somebody else is staying in one corner and deluding the people that thing, that technology called television is akpoti eshu. Me, my watching translate in English. Babati can help me or a woman. Akpoti eshu. Do you understand? So that guy standing in one corner, not using his God-given talent, is telling people not to watch that technology that is going to move humanity forward. Ha! My God and my Father. May God.
When boy, sister, Madam Domsey, right now, they are using it now.
So Femi, that's your defense, Abby. That's your defense.
Wait, let me again say let us be frank with each other. Many 60% of children today, they are not doing fine. I'm talking about academically. It's because of exposure to social media, to internet. When he should be reading, is beginning to watch a movie.
So this does not help. That's why Baba said nobody should watch the TV.
No, but at that time, Baba is trying to culture many people not to go astray.
Oh,
really? And it is obvious now that people that have access to this phone, to this television, most people.
Femi, can I ask you a question? Are you going to ban cell phone too in your church very soon? Because I quotation on because the way you're going now, you're going to ban the cell phone.
No, I'm not saying they should ban it.
But
this is what will happen. Look at sister. Again, so let me land, bro.
Because the television back with him on. So is that black and white television they are calling a putting? You know the way the thing look now.
The open and close one of it. Those Femi, hold on. Femi, Lori, why or is that Bolak Bully, Colore, Tuba, Bogotun? So,
no. Okay, let us be frank with each other. I just our sort of now this afternoon. When let me say something. Yes, when you train your child in the way of God, like I remember, I will speak about myself. When I was when I was still young, when I was still living with my family. When I later go to school, I went to school then, and people are saying that this something happened in the school and people make a false accusation that I did something. My parents were bold to say that Tayo, he can never do that. He can never. Because they know the type of kid they have. When you born for Christ, you cannot fight for, you cannot be doing something that is against Christ. You will do something in a way of God. And when you have a kid, when you train a kid in a God way, that parent will be happy. That parent will have a peace of mind because he knows. But when you know that your kid is not in a way of God, that does not know God, brother, I can't like I've met many people in my life, and I know when you don't know God, there's many things that come through your mind.
Can I ask you a quick question? Statistic shows that the people that commit the most crimes are Christians, and in fact, the highest number of people in prison are Christians.
How many population are in Christian in the whole world? How many percentage?
No, I'm talking about a country where there are even almost 50%.
No, how many percentage of Christian in the whole world? Percentage.
No,
percentage of Christian in the whole world. How many?
Femi, just a minute. See, Mike, that's a very terrible way and misleading way of using statistics. So you just come and say, oh, percentage. Which country? If a country is made of like 90% Christian or 95%.
No, Nigeria is not 90% Christian.
So and they told you that because people are in jail. So now, are you saying if they start convicting all those criminals call themselves bandits, all those people call themselves Boko Haram, are they Christian? So because they are not
even if you convict all the Boko Harams, it won't be more than a few thousands. We are talking about.
Mike, how did you arrive at that? I'm still telling you that's a terrible way of using statistics. So don't.
I'm not using it to make argument now. I'm not. It's not. You can't say I'm using it in a terrible way. I'm just presenting statistics. I'm not using it to.
What statistics? Please post the statistics. Statistics. I'm interested. And how they categorize them.
Okay.
Please post the statistics. I'm interested. I want to see.
Now, Christopher, the devil pass. Forget that.
Even my own personal life experience. Most of my friends are liars and more deceptive. Are usually Christians.
Even though if you believe that Christians are that devil, I'm interested in that statistic. I don't want to.
Do you know why? Do you know why they do that? Do you know why they do that? Because
Mike,
they believe that.
Yeah, I'm not. See, it's not a function of whether Christians are the criminals according to what we say now. I'm telling you that what's the percentage of Christians in that particular community? Then, if Christians are mostly represented, then it is likely you have higher number of Christians that will form within that group. And
okay, let me give you to
know.
Let me use one environment for example.
And I keep saying this, and I still maintain Christianity is a way of life. Get this thing right.
Now,
you can be an accountant. Wait.
Most of this stuff going on in the world, if the Christians are they not the ones pushing it?
You can be an accountant. Wait now. You can be an accountant. Over time, your way of life will go alongside of the way of your profession.
Let me use this example. Let me use the example. Right? Let me use my life as an example. My father, I was born into Christianity. My father was a Christian until I later discovered my forefathers' ancestral religion before I went back to it. So I will tell you my life when I was a Christian, my life as a practitioner, right? When I was a Christian, economy, I was scamming. I believe that once I commit sin, once I do bad things, if I go to church on Sunday and I ask for forgiveness, my sins were forgiven. So back then, I used to be very comfortable to just do something bad. You understand? And I know once I go to that church and I say, Jesus, forgive me, I believe all those things I've done is gone. So back and now, in my Orisha tradition, literally, there's no forgiveness. Everything I do, I know I have to face the consequence. I'm usually very afraid to do something wrong. I'm usually have to think twice because we know that the deities are watching us and things like that. So I'm not saying I still don't do bad though, but I used to do more bad, even more comfortable to do more bad when I was a Christian than now. So me, I'm a better person now than when I was a Christian. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
See, you are changing the
Okay.
narrative. I don't know where exactly you are driving at. I'm telling you that Christianity is a way of life. If you're an accountant and if that's your profession, over time, accounting
No, what do you
become
have to
your
say
way
to
of
what I
life.
just told you? That I
Wait, Mike,
felt
wait now.
I used to be comfortable doing something bad
If we
when I
don't
was a
bring
Christian.
statistics, that your topic is dead. I'm not going to argue that one with you. I want to argue fact. I don't want to argue
Do you
statistics.
believe
Let
that
me
when
make a
you
I'm
point.
okay with that. So
Why
if you
is it
can't bring the
that
statistics, let's move on. Let's move on, please. I'm not here to say what about it. Exactly. So now, if you're an accountant, you have accounting as a way of your life. And as we have shady accountants, we have shady doctors, we have crooked bankers, so we have crooked prophets. That is what we're saying. Now, we can't say because there are bad lawyers that will mislead their client. Oh, all of a sudden, I will say, oh, the legal system in Nigeria is the problem of Nigeria. It doesn't work that
well,
way.
I think you're missing the point.
If you
No,
look
no
at
one is
Christianity
saying
from that
that.
angle,
Sorry, Dupsy. Dupsy, are you still there?
I'm here, woman.
All right. Okay, carry on. Check your phone.
Okay.
So, Mike, so because there are some bad doctors, there are some bad accountants, we can't just use one brush now to paint. Oh, medical, the people in the medical,
Well,
the
I keep
medical
doing
field of
straw man
Nigeria is
fallacy.
our problem. Wait. Now, in Christianity, even before we were born, this thing has been said that even some people will come, oh, in your name we did this one, Lord, and God will say, oh, I do not know you, you the workers of iniquities. Okay, so the thing is this: the advent, the evolution of fake prophet, this thing were far predicted about 2,000 years ago, even before we were born.
Oh,
So
you're
why this thing
interjecting
is a
somebody,
surprise
and
to
you
us?
keep
Wait.
going on and on and on and on. I thought you're
No,
interjecting
you
somebody.
should see, Mike, you should have respect for other opinions because
I will respect your
I've been
opinion. You're
hearing you
saying
talk.
like, I mean, you're interjecting.
All right, gentlemen. Can we hear from Life is Hard? And then after that, we'll have to move on to another topic because otherwise we just loop around that conversation. Yeah, Life is Hard. Come in, have the final word by way of introducing yourself to the platform. And then if Dux is ready for the next topic, then we go to it.
Yeah, let's hear from Life is Hard.
All right.
Woman, never talk. Oh.
Life is not hard. So that's what it is. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I just want to tell Mike something. Mike, you say when you used to be a Christian, you understand that word you say when you used to be a Christian. So now you're not a Christian anymore. What I'm trying to say in the essence is that, imagine yourself born in a Muslim family. What would you be? If you're born in a pagan family, what would you be? So if you're born in a Christian family, what would you be? So this is the question you have to ask yourself. That doesn't make this religion is just there. You understand? It's a way of life. It's got nothing to do with your person or your personality. So what I'm trying to say in the essence is that, you cannot, like you being Mike now, you cannot change yourself from Mike to another thing or to a rabbit or anything. So religion is there to shape society or to shape people culture in diverse way. But you need to understand that the only thing that is holding we personally black race down today is all this religion. We need to understand the concept of life, how to be able to progress rather than falling into religion cycles to shape our society. And this is why most of the Western country, they are far differ from us. It's not that they don't believe in religion or they don't practice religion, you see, but they all often believe that, they come first before any religion. So I just want to tell you that it doesn't matter where you are, you just have to concentrate more on your personal self-esteem and how to develop people around you. Is better than talking about religion, basically. Religion is always out for debate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Woman,
I agree
beg,
with
beg.
you. Life is not hard.
I go
I
talk
agree.
my
We
own.
have to move on, actually.
Wait. Now I go talk my own now, show.
Oh, okay. Who is that?
Now me, Kidola.
Oh, okay. Go
See,
ahead.
this religion of 18 now scam. Forget them, now scam.
All these pastors, they live big. Other people, they suffer. People, even they go to their church, they don't even feel it. They say that way of life. Will be way of life. When Christianity come into Nigeria, not be 18 something, by 19 something, they don't convert all these so-called kings when blessing, they don't know where they come from. Then from there, they carry Bible, they give people. Even Christians, they go meet Babalawa for big problem. I don't serve woman when go carry Bible, put for lap. You go give me all those army bracket with the scratch for body. Me, I go the wash for some bucket. You know the green wash. I go iron that cloth. All the ashoka go the smell for my body. You go see carry a Bible. They Congo. They say my grandpa they be pagan. Say that they worship idol. But that one the old night. Don't they regret that? All the children are nonsense they be now because of evil thing when they carry Bible till they cover up. Christianity that big scam. All these so-called feel good pastors. Which members they drive better car apart from this pastor? Which way of life? When they tell deceive Nigeria, when Nigeria not defend it again now. Christianity. Well, it not be way of life now, scam. Now, Christianity for Nigeria now big time. Maybe the worst scam for Nigeria itself than any other thing.
I agree with you.
The worst
I agree with you. And people said they love God. If you love God, use your brain. That's your God-given talent. Use your brain. That is the way we can all move forward. African nations and everybody that is still practicing this foreign religion, use your brain. Think in a critical mind so that you'll be able to know what you're here to do. How can somebody invent a technology called television? Then somebody with a low IQ will say, is evil box, don't watch it. Then people will follow suit and won't watch it. It is bad. Let us use our brain. So we are moving forward to the next topic. It is disrespectful to a woman about it is disrespectful to ask a woman about her body count. I think this is one of the girls that went into those what do they call it?
Big Brother House.
Big Brother House, yeah, because I don't watch them actually, woman. Is there any read up to this?
Yeah, let me just quickly whisk through it. And apologies for the background noise, by the way. So this is it is disrespectful to ask a woman about her body count. This is Tolani Barge, one of the hotties from Big Brother. Big Brother Niger reality star Tolani Barge has described as disrespectful questions about body count from men. According to so I'm hearing myself back. Can everybody mute so that you don't bounce back? Yes, so let me just take that from top again. So yeah, it is disrespectful to ask a woman about her body count. Tolani Barge, Big Brother Niger reality show star Tolani Barge has described as disrespectful questions about body count from men. According to the reality star, she does not think asking a woman about her body count is right. The reality star said this in the latest Bad and Bougie podcast episode hosted by her and actress Moet Abebi. She, however, said it was okay to ask her partners about their relationship history. Tolani Barge said, if a partner asks me about my ex's relationship history, I'm okay. But something I won't answer is body count. I feel like, what's really your business? My body count is not high, but I still feel like it is disrespectful to ask a woman about her body count. It is not because I am ashamed to say the amount. It's just like, who do you think you are to be asking me that kind of a question? So that is Tolani Barge. Really, for me, if any woman exceeding somewhat probably more than 3 partners before she settles into a marriage, she's for the streets.
One man. So where is that coming from? If a woman exists three partners, she's for the street. Where is that coming from? Where did you read that? Is that from the church, from the mosque, or from where?
It's from the morality code now, from the
So if a woman exceed, no, yeah, I'm not saying women should be promiscuous. No, that's not my argument because a lot of men here now, look at what are you saying? No, 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 no. They want to hear all the negatives from the way. No, that's not what I'm saying. I believe you should hold yourself in high esteem. Be a very confident woman. How can you be confident actually? It's not even by books. It's by this body count. That is what I believe. So I'm not even preaching that women should, be promiscuous. But why is a man asking in the first place? If you see a woman, you like the woman, she ticks all the boxes that you're looking for. Why asking for a body count, actually? I don't support that. And in the same breath, I'm saying women should know how to, hold themselves. Don't go about, dating men. Even if you go about dating, don't go about going to bed with them. I don't support that as well. Be confident. And that's the way I know that you have to be confident. You walk soon. So that is the way I think women should hold themselves in high esteem. So, but for men, you man that you're asking for a woman's body count, what is your own body count? So that is
it's
my
different
own.
standards now. Yeah, you know
Why?
that.
Why
It's
is there a different
standards.
standard?
Because a man
You
who has slept with plenty of women, they consider him to be a stud. But
imagine.
a woman who has slept with a lot of men, they consider her to be a whore. So
Can
different
you
standards.
imagine who is making all those rules? I don't support
So
that.
society.
So who is making you guys just want to bring women down. That is it. So, but it's not even good for women, and it's not good for a man too. I've got 3 boys. I'm always telling them that for you to be a great man, for you to be a good man, is not by by your body count. It's by being responsible. And being responsible starts from who do you want to have sex with. Don't just be having random sex. That's the way I teach my boys. Hold yourself in high esteem.
Yeah, men are encouraged to do that so that they
No,
have
I don't
a
encourage my
good enough
boys,
of an
unfortunately.
experience of women before they settle down.
I don't. Don't have random sex. Go for somebody that you like. If it's not going to work out, it's fine. But don't start having body count to use that one to pose with your boys when talking.
Would you rather young men make their mistakes in a marriage or outside of a marriage? Because if they make that mistake within a marriage, then they will continue to multiple marry. But if they
Man,
make
what
those
is this
mistakes,
mistake, woman?
all the learning curves of the different types of women that there are, and then how to handle them. So they need necessarily to spread a little bit to get that experience before they settle into a marriage.
Bedroom mistake? Is that what you're saying, or just
All inclusive.
That is Western nonsense.
that's Western
Western
nonsense?
nonsense.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
complete
and what
nonsense.
I want to say before you guys start chiming in is that I want to tell you guys that it's not even good for guys to be having, that a large number of women that they have slept with. Learn how to have great sex with your partner. If you learn how to satisfy your woman, if you learn that with a woman, you're going to stay with that woman for a long time.
In a
Because
marriage,
you guys
in a
don't
marriage,
even know. In
Dufty,
marriage, in relationship,
Dufty,
anywhere.
you know another
marriage
thing
or
Learn how to
relationship,
satisfy
that's
that
for
one
everyone.
person that you're dating, that you get married to, that you're dating or that you're married to. Learn how to satisfy that one person
What
first
one is dating?
before philandering
Dufty,
around. Yes,
you know
that
another
is
thing
my
that
take.
happened. You know another thing that
Yeah,
happened. A lot of people
yeah.
when they get into relationship or marriage, they bring the emotional baggage from their previous all
Of
their
course,
experiences.
I agree. Yeah,
They bring it into. They start seeing that demonic guy they did there before. They dated before. They start suspecting their husband to trying to do the same thing we do, or the man dated some terrible women before. He begin to think suspecting his wife being the same. Or he start that emotional baggage or mistrust you've had from all those terrible experiences you've had with some terrible people before. You begin to bring it into your marriage and relationship. That's why I think that whole too much dating is not good. To be honest,
No
it's not good.
dating at all. Plus STD,
Yeah, even ST,
STD.
exactly, even disease, all those things. It's not a good
To
thing. It's
me,
not a good
Men
thing.
and
it's
women
not.
should be
It's not
virgins
even
before
about dating.
for marriage.
It's not even about dating. It's just about privacy. You see, one thing is this: when we try to embrace some silly culture,
Like dating.
depends on how, depends on the kind of evil creativity that we are embracing these days. So this what we are seeing is only telling about the consequences, is telling us about the symptom of what is actually underneath. To me, just imagine me going out and start telling people, oh, even going alone, I just marked that lady, I marked this lady, I'm like, all those things are rubbish. All those things are supposed to be private things. But now we are so bold to the extent of even coming online. And it's even irritating that some people are even giving these people some kind of responses. They are asking you, what's your body count? And you start telling them. That is rubbish. See, those are the things that even if they ask you from the first instance, if you ask me such, I just tell you so. Oh, I'll tell the person you are being rude for even asking me, even as a man. Talk less of asking a woman. So as a man, I won't even entertain that. It's total rubbish.
You see, for a man, if your body count is less than 10 before you go into a marriage, then maybe you're not yet fully equipped and prepared. And for a woman, if your body count is more than, and for a woman, if your body count is more than 3.
Even if the body count is
But the
1,000,
Sunday school teacher,
even if the body count is 1,000, what I'm still saying is intimacy. When someone is going to a room with a woman, without the person carry the crowd, oh, you put the people from, oh, come and see what I'm doing. You, if you are not publicizing what we are doing in your room, why should you not come outside and I should not be telling people? It is arrant nonsense.
One man.
So if you want to go this way, then all of us can just go nude, just because we want to change, so that we know that, oh, we are okay, let us be behaving like animals. To me, this thing is so disrespectful. There's no other way. In fact, if there's any other way to qualify it.
I think life is not hard wants to come in, but life is not hard. I'm not quite sure if we are listening to now woke culture from Dupsy and Ola. So all these are Americanized, westernized woke people. But a man cannot be inexperienced going into a marriage, and a woman cannot be too experienced. That has always been the tradition, and I think that has
which tradition? Western tradition. They're not doing transgender now.
One man, I just felt that any man that is asking that kind of question, to be honest, that man is not man enough. You understand? If you can't be asking a lady, what's your body count? That's the man don't have self-esteem. People that come across with that kind of question. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, and everybody have skeleton on their cupboard, regardless if we say yes or no. We all do.
Let me ask a question though. Excuse me. Let's say a man now he hasn't been with any woman and he's looking for a woman for marriage, but he doesn't know too much about the history for this girl. Maybe if you don't say it like that, but are you saying that he should not ask the question maybe in a better way to know what's going on?
It's still rubbish. Either head or tail.
You see,
it's rubbish.
What the hell is the rubbish?
I think trying to know is not wrong, but asking is what is wrong. I think that's what I say.
You're asking people, are you a prostitute? That is exactly what you are asking. You are asking the woman that are you a prostitute? That's another way of asking. So,
but trying to know if she's a prostitute, there's nothing wrong with that. But asking her if she's a prostitute, there's something definitely wrong with that.
Yeah, one at a time. But
let me tell you one man.
Are you saying that you don't want to know how experienced your partner is? Because whether we like it or not, men have this innate insecurity, especially they want to be the best experience that woman that they're with has ever had. And the more experience that woman, the more experience that woman has had, the more that festers into that innermost thought of just has she experienced better, and that's all about the body count. And it's why would a woman even have more than 3 body counts anyway?
Well, she has more than one.
One man.
Because you disappoint her. Because you disappoint
her. What if the woman lied to you? What will you say?
No,
you have a way of verifying.
Can I say something?
Hold on, Ola. Let's have one voice. Let's have a. Dupsy, are you there? By the way, let's have a. Is it August Cyrus? And
That's
then
me.
I will take it. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you see all this stuff we're talking now. This is how the African
Yeah,
society
woman.
will all collapse. The whole thing will collapse. These things we're talking about now, dating, and a woman should have at least two partners, a man should have at least something partners. All this stuff is on African and to us. We shouldn't be. A man should be a virgin before marriage. A woman should be a virgin before marriage. That's how the culture. That's how we maintain our culture all the way up to this point. And now we're infusing all this Western stuff because, of course, the African person, the black person, will take all the bad from the West and then leave all the good. Now we're talking about body count and all this other stuff. It's just straight marriage. Not even the dating stuff we're talking now is complete rubbish. It should only be marriage. So this stuff, if we continue like this, it's gonna mess up our whole society now. Why would my daughter be dating anybody? Why would I allow my son to be dating anybody? It's straight marriage, and that is it. And it's working for people. It's working for the Arabs. It's working for the Indians. But we want to imitate the Westerners.
Don't let them deceive you. It's not good to ask. But time will tell. If the woman a person don't they do it before don't they do some kind of bad rubbish, time will tell when you climb them. If Isabella should be put now, leg can't pain, you go rock more for that place yourself.
It doesn't say that I want to talk. I say you find out from the performance, from the experience in the bedroom. You go, no, you have the idea now.
But
How experienced she is, you don't need to be asking. Just meet in the bedroom, you find out.
Elder, when you go say, why you didn't call me anymore? You go say, I was just so busy. That's why I didn't call you. Look, men when they run for women, not because say they don't like the women, but now what did they enter see? You start the guy go fine well, nothing. But you don't perform some certain things with other crazy people. Where black say you can't come inside and that's what you can't see. You understand me? So
that I still disagree with you there. Even a single man can give you that experience. A single man. It depends on the type of man you meet. There are some men that one single friend, one single girlfriend, they've gone for more than 500. So you now see that kind of lady now that maybe is experienced from one this, now you are now assuming that they must have done with 10 people. See,
I agree with that.
Saying,
I will give you an example from the amount of people.
When I just arrived in Canada and I was working in the company, I asked a woman, a lady, my colleague, I was your night. If you see the way she looked at me, okay, she now realized, okay, maybe this guy doesn't really understand the culture. He said, do you really want to know my night? It took me time to understand what she was communicating to me, that I was actually asking about our intimacy life overnight. So
what did you ask her?
Find that one rude, if you could find that one rude, now let me now go and ask her now, what's your body count?
No, you were speaking Nigerian English, though. That's what that was.
Exactly, I know. Even asking her that question, she felt like,
what did you ask her?
Do you really want to know? So now, just imagine I now ask her, how about your body count? Honestly, she will slap me immediately. It's telling you that even in the Western culture, they find this rude. It is all this woke generation that now see abnormality as normal. So that's just the way I see it. Either head or tail, whether you want to see, don't ask a woman your body count. If you want to be in relationship and build your own. So that's just.
Are you guys saying this question is something new, or just the word body count is something that's new? Well, you guys can't tell me back in the days, even the days of this whole virgin thing, they didn't used to ask the girl, "Are you a virgin?" Come on now, this is not a new question now. It's just the word that has changed. It's just the body count as a new one.
Different now. It's totally different. Are you a virgin? It's
the same thing now. What's your body count? Are you a virgin?
Your body count simply means that are you promiscuous or whatever. It's like it's an insult.
A body count is asking somebody how many people have you slept with.
My God, not be insult. If
someone slept with 100 people and told you, and the person now told you that I've only slept with one man, what will you do? Would that make you feel better?
Well, no one is asking.
That man is not confident enough,
I think the best thing, just move. If you want to date you, man, just date. Not ask somebody. Just build. Okay, now you be the only one.
Exactly.
And
there's no point asking those questions. People will lie to you anyway. Even if a woman asks a question, you lie to her. People will lie. Just find out from You know, you'll find out your own. You find out on your
I
own.
swear to God, if you tell a
People see
woman
they marry
say
after 5 now. What are you talking about? People they
my
marry
brother,
someone who
I
don't
give you.
divorce
So
twice.
what we are discussing now, that it's not even good for men to have too many people that they've slept with. It's not good for a woman. It's not good for a man. So men, I'm talking to you this morning that you should learn how to have great sex with your partner. Stop distributing your stuffs around. Learn how to stay with a woman part-time. Learn the techniques of how to satisfy a
Just they need to
woman.
do a show on that one. You know, maybe educate men how to techniques here. Come on, educate us about techniques.
Even for Bible.
Just
Wait now.
check no, no. You need to
On
break it
how
out to us.
to, let me just say that. Learn the technique on how to satisfy your woman. When you satisfy your woman, and that woman, you know, is being satisfied, then you are now satisfied. The woman has to do something on you again. So by the time you see a woman outside, you wouldn't even have anything for her. So people should learn that. A woman part-time will reduce all this body count nonsense. So it's because a man is not satisfied. A woman is not satisfied with their partner. That's why they're philandering around. So people should learn the technique on how to have great sex.
Dusi,
Then
do you
stay
think
with a partner part-time. Yeah.
do you think people that can't satisfy someone should not marry the person? They shouldn't marry at all. Like if let's say you know
it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
they should
That's
not.
why I always teach my boys.
I like your answer, man. I like your answer. You know, we ignore those things.
My first child is 22 years old, and we always have sex education. So it's very important for a man to know how to satisfy a woman. It is very, very.
Mike, what is the person?
So it's very important for.
I want to talk to my.
Hold on, one voice, yeah.
But I want something. Look, what do you satisfy? You won't kill yourself for what you won't do. What you won't do. Now you don't go kill yourself to wait for somebody. Wait, like say, if you die, go follow that person. Do what you do. What you don't do. Leave it for God. If you don't like, make it work out.
You can learn it. Don't leave it for God, my brother.
Not the cookies. Not the cookies.
God has nothing. God has nothing to do.
Let me ask you a question, Dupsy. What is more important? If you are compatible in all ways, apart from in the bedroom antics, can you still be in a meaningful relationship?
Yeah, you can
if you're
learn
not compatible
the other
physically
party is
in
willing.
bedroom antics? Yeah,
you can learn it.
You can learn it.
Yes.
You can't learn it. What if the man is not equipped sufficiently enough physically to
you mean the down below? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yes.
Actually.
If it's not
that doesn't matter.
of the sufficient,
it doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, it doesn't.
Where will you learn it, Dupsy? You say you can learn it.
Through sex therapists. You can learn it through sex therapists. There are a lot of podcasts relating to that. People don't listen to the good stuff on the internet. That's why they're saying appropriation. There are loads of educative programs on that. People can learn it through a sex therapist. You can learn it through different sex.
You learn it differently, or you learn it with your partner.
No. Maybe you're saying in case your partner doesn't know how to go about it. So go through a professional. That's the argument here.
Do see, not everybody can learn to be Ronaldo.
Sorry, do you know that in some cultures, and I think even in Arab cultures, but certainly in some cultures, when a boy hits puberty, they hire a professional for him to break his dog. To if you get my meaning.
Yeah, I get you, woman. Maybe that's the way but you don't necessarily have to practice it. You can.
Do you need to do that because you see them doing it?
You can learn it, woman. That's what I'm saying. So if you say that you have somebody that ticks all your boxes, but that's just one side is important too.
So what are we? This thing is innate. You don't need to learn it now. It's innate. It's innate.
People don't know. Don't say that, oh, Simba. Some people don't know.
Dusi, at what age?
Don't say that, oh.
Dusi, you say you teach your kids. At what age you start teaching your kids?
Yeah, I started teaching my first child at the age of 15.
What about your daughter?
Child. No, I don't have one.
If you had a daughter, no wonder you're talking like you don't have a daughter.
I don't
so
know.
If you had a daughter, what age did you? So those that don't know what I have daughter, what age should we start teaching our daughter how to satisfy a man? You know?
I think it's more important for men to know first because women will react to you. Okay, I always tell people they laugh. My husband knows the anatomy of my down below. Do you understand? So maybe if men touch the right places, that woman is not a log of wood. She will actually react to you widely like a wild cat.
Well, you said we should also teach women how to. You say both men and women have to learn to
both
satisfy
men
each other.
and women, but I think the education.
But you're only emphasizing teaching men. You're not talking about teaching women.
That's what I'm saying. I say, and I'm saying again that maybe women, you can teach them as well.
They shouldn't
but
teach
if
them.
A man knows the right.
Mike, now the beginning you go let that thing.
She they focus on men satisfying women, but she's not talking about women. She's not focusing on women satisfying men.
A woman will react to you. It's an
Mike, when life they go on there,
so it's only woman that should be satisfied.
A woman will react to you.
If you start teaching your children, is what they will go and practicalize it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he wants to practice, but he knows that is one partner per time.
And then you start counting the body count.
Sorry. One partner per time. That is the discussion.
Sorry, Simba. Dupsy, Fatai is here. Well, I'm not sure if the topic is too adult for Fatai.
What do you mean?
You know Fatai now, or my mommy now.
Fatai. Fatai is the bubble. Fatai, I've missed you, bro. How are you today?
Hey, yummy. Yeah, you know, that's why I always say yummy. She get the sensitivity. Say Fatai no go be. You go get talent in the Ori Papa now.
Yes, I agree with you. Fatai, educate us, Jare. Educate us.
Mama, don't be playing, Don't be playing, Are you playing me, Mama?
You know you are Jebota people now. Jebota.
Mama, don't be playing me along. Dupsy baby, who are these old cargoes now that you are giving sex education?
I have to, people like Mike. I have to educate people like Mike and Simba. People like Mike and Simba, I have to educate them. That's too old. Continue, my brother.
And I want my customer. I make me. I don't go just take her like that now. I gotta do my own.
Okay, we are listening to you, Fatai. Give us some education on this, please.
This one just throw person to the. You started from body count to. Which one was it? No, techniques of this.
Yeah. I said my husband knows the anatomy of my down below, so you can talk about that too. He knows the anatomy.
Well, I think that. No. I think you're right. I think that's the best. That's the priority now.
But where did you get your experience? Tell us. Where did you get your experience?
The problem with married people is that they. It's what they say, like law of diminishing return. Once they married, their techniques, abilities start to decline. But every day they go up now. Every day they, So okay, let me
not to play your trap on. No.
Sincerity. Anyway, let me
to blow your trap on. Go on, you go on.
No. Let me start with about the body count stuff. Generally, I'm not really. I like to take life as it comes, right? And that includes also because I have tremendous respect for women. So whether zero body count, whether 20 body counts, I think it's in the detail. It's in the relationship, the relation between the man and the woman. At any rate, I don't think it's like you're gonna meet a girl. Hey, hello, how are you? How's your body? How much is your body count or whatever it is? I think if the conversation goes there, I'm not going to die because I heard that somebody has how many body counts. It's not going to kill me. If it's sometimes it's zero body count. Sometimes it's even not. You have to be the teacher. Where in many. If you have zero body count, sometimes you realize that people will. Let's not talk too much. You will realize that you are most of more often you are the teacher in the room and all of that. So I don't think really it matters, especially in this society. But but I don't want to destroy my African because somebody said that Africans, our tradition doesn't allow for body count situation. I don't think that is true for men though. I don't think African society says men shouldn't have more than should have 0 body count before marriage. I think from what we understood, I understand is like there's a woman that's supposed to be. So that maybe that's
It's
too
two of them.
misogynistic.
It's
The
two of them.
man, where would the man get the experience? Where would the
That's what
man,
I'm saying.
if
It's
he's
two of
not been
them
with
now.
another woman?
It's not
It's
been
two
another
of
woman.
them.
Where would the man get the experience
It's
now?
impossible.
Anyway, I just make that
I've
point.
been at
I'm
people
not.
I think they follow.
I'm not really too. I'm not so deep in the knowledge of the tradition like older people would be. So I wouldn't be going. I wouldn't be
But
arguing
Fatai,
about that.
there's no courtship in our tradition. There's no courtship. And courtship actually
Well,
encourages all these things that we are talking about. There's nothing like courtship in our
The
tradition.
friendship is
And there are
Courtship
so
there,
many other
oh,
traditions
Ebuka.
that doesn't
I
encourage
think
courtship also.
Courtship
I
is
think
there,
the
it
oh,
depends,
courtship
my
Ebuka.
is
brother.
Allow it now.
I think no, yeah. I also there's another one. Another one we also do. Where you pay I don't know the Yoruba to say it well. Essentially, it says that 1001 only occur 1001 is the so if there is no courtship, where did that proverb come from? That a woman's husband is 1001. And I mean not literally, but like as a proverb. Like it's the last, especially when there is a issue of jealousy in the courtship or whether whatever, and they say the woman, don't worry, a woman's husband is 1001. Is the last one, the one on top that will be the final husband. That is that proverb. Now I just don't know how to say it well in Yoruba right now. I don't remember how it's well said. So I think the society generally is getting more flexible. I think there's a lot of flexibility around these things, So we hope that I think it's progress, but that's just my opinion. I think rigidity is not. I think flexibility sometimes is good, but everybody, the devil is in the detail. It's personal relationship now. You have different human beings are very different now. If I'm into somebody, it's I can't help. I have my own disadvantage. She has her own disadvantage, and we work it out. If we are into each other, and that I think that's the only thing that matters. So that's just what I would say about that. But this technique, all these old people, they must pay for therapy. They must pay for session now. Let's see, and I will get free. Now, do you see they give and I free?
Hey now, they got to pay me. They got to pay me. I won't teach, especially Mike and Simba. Both of them, I won't teach them. All others can join me next week for that free session. I won't teach Mike and
just
Simba.
to give them. Just to give them an in. Doopsie baby, there is even something they said there is a. I don't know whether YouTube allows to be specific anything. They say this thing so it goes beyond G sport to there is also A sport, and then beyond A sport there's also another sport.
Exactly. And that spot, the woman will wet the bed, literally. Yes.
There's many things.
Yes. But most of our African men with their ego, they won't listen. Mama give me mic.
Fatai, was that what you read in a comic book? What is all this?
Fatai is just saying the truth, one man. Fatai is saying the truth. Fatai, imagine one man.
Fatai is original.
Fatai, take it on one man. One man said for a woman to reach a climax, that's like a trophy. And let one man.
One man is old cargo now. One man is old cargo.
Women don't often during sex reach a crescendo. Often,
why?
Yeah.
No, one man.
You're not doing your job.
Actually,
your job, one man.
Doopsie baby. Actually, the problem is there is a debate. What the woman orgasm, right? Is a debate, but the point is women have many orgasms during the sexual whatever. If appropriate situation, it's not like it's not one orgasm. that's possible for a woman, even in a 5 minutes encounter.
Exactly.
It's not one.
Women have six.
Not
They have
one,
six different orgasms. Six.
Listen to him, Mike.
And they have to have every 6 every night. If one is missing, if one is missing, you're in trouble.
I'm not saying 6, so it's not compulsory. 1 is okay per night.
Running, you must complete 6.
Okay. We are not saying
that man will not rest. You don't give her that 6, man.
No. You learn how to just touch her. Even within 5 minutes, just like Fatai said, she can actually be satisfied.
If you only give her 5, no dinner for you.
That's a lie.
My point one.
You share our own baby, man.
I thought that was the dinner already.
Marriage is hard work.
On a regular basis.
Fatai.
Bàbá mi kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ọlá ṣe ni ọlá ṣe ni àbí ọlá.
Ọlá Fajuyi. The thing is this: I leave in one face in and slap you like that every night for almost 3 hours. That woman will be shouting, "Hey, Fatai wa pa mi." I just want to ask whether na you.
But if you give it to me now Fatai with that.
Fatai show my obìnrin kan tá ní kí wọ́n divorce ọkọ wọn àbí kó fi boyfriend wọn lẹ̀ tó máa fẹ́ kú síbẹ̀. Ẹ máa wonder pé why now? Why to fẹ́ kú boy? Oh, ní mọ̀ pé nǹkan kókó yẹn gangan ló fẹ́ kú tì. You don't understand.
Ade máa lù Dipsy, a máa ná lójoojúmọ́ kò dẹ̀ ní lọ.
Kò ní lọ torí kíní yẹn gógó. Iyọ̀ ọbẹ̀ nìyẹn. Iyọ̀ ọbẹ̀.
Ìyá mi, wọ́n ní pé ọ̀nà obìnrin méjì pé ẹnu méjì lobìnrin ní wàá bọ́ tókè wàá bọ́ ẹnu àkọ́kọ́ oníbọ́ kejì kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ náà.
Thank you so much for time for spicing our discussion this morning, because these old men, people like Mike and Siba, won't get bad. Old men like them, and a woman won't get bad. Thank you for coming.
But my code that be Jagboro. My code, you only my code pa. My code team owo yi.
My code ti lera ju. Ó ti lera ju. Ó ti lagidi ju. Alagidi no event.
Yeah, that's because it's not getting enough. It's not getting enough. Not the lagidi. It's not getting enough.
Probably. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
Lucy, do you want to do the Adeboye clip, or have you
let's quickly do that for the next 10 minutes so that we can round off. In the next 10 minutes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Fatai.
Wait for this one. Wait for this one, Fatai.
Okay.
Years ago, this man, I was invited to Colorado in America in January. I don't like cold weather at all. So I said to my father, I'm going to Colorado. While I am there, suspend winter. It's 100 niggas in the spot. Throughout the days I was there, people were wearing t-shirts. What? In January. He pushed away the winter, brought in summer. I boarded the plane. Continue. At 5 p.m. to travel back to Nigeria. 2 hours after I left, all the snow that had been hanging in the air began to fall. Yeah! Jesus! How I will be the call and go? Now it always turn up. You know, he go turn up.
Baba na go to great of all time. Great of all time.
Made all his money.
Okay, so people should be careful because you see, when people are getting older, delusion of their mind comes to play.
Lucy, our love, what opportunity at Asokini, where you
I
are the
know.
moderator.
Yes,
Let
now
good
I have
people
to.
in.
I have to talk first.
Yeah.
Before you guys come in, you have to. I have to talk first. So I think Baba is now having dementia. He's deluded. He says things that are not real. He says things that are not true. He lies a lot. He's a pathological liar. So I think we should be careful in the way we criticize him because he's an elderly man. Remember, all of us are going to grow old by God's grace. So I think it's just not okay any longer. He just says things as it comes to his mind. Doesn't mean it's the reality. So we have to be careful in the way we criticize him. So who is going to go first? Is it you, Simba, or Woman? Woman, do you have anything to say to this? Woman is not here. Okay, Simba, go ahead.
Dipsy, what I want to say, what this man is saying now, we cannot link it to old age. Maybe you just want to use that one to respect him. These are the usual saying from Baba Adeboye, right? Even when he was still younger than this, he says the same thing. But you know, whatever they say is, as you said, that you have to have a way of having critical thinking. Is we that we're supposed to know whether when they are lying and when they are saying the truth. How can somebody be telling me that he said he talked to his father? Maybe that means he talked to God, and God suspended winter in January.
Yeah, but you should be able to know what that's called in psychiatry. You know, that's a delusion of his mind. Do you understand as a medical practitioner? So yeah, but I'm listening.
No.
Okay, Fatai, thank you for coming, bro. I appreciate you. Love you always. Thank you.
What I want to say is to me, some people were able to listen to this kind of thing and just wave it away and discard it and not see anything. But what about people that cannot actually, that will believe them, that will believe this kind of things? You understand? And if it's coming from such a respected man like this, if it's coming from some other people that are not even up to this, they will believe them. You understand? So to me, is part of the thing that we have been saying since morning, that there are certain things that we should not be coming out from. Because when you look at Baba Adeboye, he's one of the leaders that we have in Nigeria. And if he says this kind of thing, then what will become of our youth? What do we want our youth to believe? What kind of things are we teaching them to lie? So it goes a long way. We should not be encouraging this kind of thing in our society. But
yeah,
at the end of the day,
that's why we should
you
educate
see
people
some
more.
people defending this kind of saying, which to me, I don't think is actually very good for our society.
Simba, you should know Nigerians now. Nigerians, they like listening to lies. They are literally addicted to lies to the point where if you get around Nigeria and start telling them the truth, they will even want to kill you, want to lynch you, because you have to lie for them to enjoy your So he knows the people very well. That's why he stood in front of them and told them obvious lies, and they will clap for him. So that is the people, man.
Mike, I think the man believes his lies as well. That's why I said there's some psychiatric issue that is going on here. He believes it too. You know, he's so deluded that he can say that he's having tea with God. So that is not normal anymore. And people should try and get educated about things like this. That's why me and Simba talked about knowledge the other time. When people try and educate themselves about loads of stuffs, they will be able to sympathize with people. Somebody that has a psychiatric disorder like this, they will be able to sympathize with that kind of a person and understand him better instead of believing in what he's saying. That is why we are emphasizing on knowledge.
I want to join that. I want to join those psychiatric patients, and as someone that lived in the village.
Is your choice.
If you ever lived in a village, do you believe that some people, they have this power of manipulating rainfall? Yes or no? They will see rain and the rain will fall.
I don't. I'm not in the so I don't.
ọmọ Èkó ni ìwọ Dúpẹ́ náà, ìwọ ò gbélé.
But no pastors, no pastors.
I know,
Don't come
wait
and
now,
tell me a
Mike,
pastor
do
can do
you
that.
believe that, Mike?
I only
Hey, but Ola, so you want to tell us
No,
that
Simba,
somebody can
wait now.
suspend
At least I've
winter?
heard from Dupe. Let me hear from Mike. Let me hear from Mike. Mike, do you believe in that? Let me ask you.
No pastors, no pastors.
No, wait
Not
now.
through
Do you
Christianity.
believe
It's
it?
impossible
First
through
of all,
Christianity.
do you believe it?
Rain? I only shown go, yeah. Only shown without you, Drew.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if some people have power based on your own tradition that they can seed rain and rain will fall, how come you don't believe alternative power to that?
No, we have to see it's a lie. No. First of all, no one can do snow.
Oh,
No,
are you
snow.
saying the traditional one you believe is a lie too?
No. Listen. We know that Shango in nature, yeah, and it's more of science kind of thing. You understand?
Okay.
In Shango, so Shango is ritual, and we all know Shango in nature. Yeah, of course, his energy has to do with the rainfall and things like that. We get that, but there's nothing in nature that say something about snow, or even in your Bible that say this deity here walk with snow or anything. There's nothing. He's just telling you that, just saying it out of thin air. Like me, I can't tell you that Oshun can stop the rain, or I can't tell you that Ogun can stop the rain. I can't do that, or say Ogun person can. No, we all know Shango has something to do with rainfall. You understand? And so those that are into the science of Shango, yeah, they know some ritual things that they do, that they use to hold rainfall within that certain spots, not the entire world, though, within certain spots where they put that board, where they put that thing within that spot. Yeah, rain, the cloud.
Ola, those people that you are talking about in the village, can they bring rain during dry season? They know when they do all these things now. They can't try during dry season.
Does that matter? Whether it is true.
It matters. Why are they targeting when they
wait now? You know
it
Yoruba,
matters.
Yoruba,
okay, look at the post. Look at what Kulata just posted now. That Colorado weather can be erratic. You understand? So maybe he went there. It was a coincidence. He didn't inform us that before he left Nigeria at that time. Okay, I'm going to Colorado and I'm going to suspend winter when I get to Colorado. It was an aftermath that he's just telling us now. Maybe it's just a coincidence and want to claim it as if he has the power to do it.
Okay, Simba, listen to my own verse of story. You want to do party in Iluoke, and all of a sudden you see rain start falling, and people will go to all those people that can.
Is it during rainy season or during dry season?
Why are you just counter-arguing? Let us argue normally.
No, it's not. It's not. Let me tell you.
Wait now.
It's a probability. It's a probability. It's a probability.
Okay, I don't hear you. Shall you let me say my own now? The question is, it's a probability, not once, not twice, not thrice, several times. That rain will be falling, and people will go to those people that don't know how to manipulate, and they will stop it. And you are still saying it's probability. So the thing is this. Yoruba will say Ibara ni Ambura.
Ola, you know what I'm saying? This is an intellectual discussion that we are holding in high esteem. I don't want people to bring it down by saying something that doesn't have evidence. Do you understand? No, I'm not, and please, I want you to understand where I'm coming from.
I understand.
I don't want anything that doesn't have evidence. I want something that has evidence. So if you're talking about these things, those are the narratives that we heard from people. I don't think you have seen it before. Yeah.
You know, Dupsy, there are some things we cannot explain that we, as we are growing up, we experienced, but we cannot just explain it. It's just like magic. If you are not a magician, there are some things behind magic that you can never explain.
There's nothing called magic. It's a trick, not magic. There's nothing called
magic. I understand.
Brother.
Some people, they will say
those are tricksters. And
now,
we know what's behind it.
Yeah, some people will bring elephants to the stage. But it will take a fellow magician to explain it to you, not you as the viewer or as the audience. You will see a magician will divide human being into two on a stage, and you can still not explain it. It will take a fellow magician, not the audience.
Pastor Adeboye cannot do any of these things, man. Let's stick to that.
Wait now, Mike, that's what we are saying now. Someone will be explaining now. We just call the person short. So the thing is this. as some of us were growing up, something happened that we cannot explain. That this thing kept happening over and over and over. Even those people behind it, they can explain. Okay, some of us now, we fly aeroplane. We know science explaining, but all of us, we don't know the science behind it. It takes the people in the aviation industry to explain to you. That is why that some of these things, they are just like cuts. You understand that those people within the circle, they can explain. Not everyone will be able to explain. How can I explain some medical terminology now if Simba is not explaining to me or Babati is not explaining? I can only talk of my own or what happened. So what I'm saying is this: the one that Simba was doing counter-cyclic argument is this. Yoruba will tell you, say, Ibara Lambura, you don't do what is not that doesn't go with the season you are. Because you know normally during the dry season, nobody is trying to disrupt your party with rainfall. But we know it happens during the rain season, and it happens over and over and over. That's a benefit for those of us that grew up in the village. So if you want to counter our own argument, well, it's left for you. But what I'm saying is this: if there are powers from the traditional side, because a person like Mike now is talking from the two sides of the mouth, you believe that traditionally this can happen, but you believe that the one you don't understand that it can never happen. It's either you believe there's a spiritual power or you don't believe at all. You don't believe, oh, I believe this side. I don't believe that side.
The traditional one, you can explain it, but you can't explain the Christian one. What are you talking about, man?
That's why I say you are speaking from the two sides of your mouth.
I'm not speaking on two sides of my mouth. No.
It sounds metaphysical. It both sound metaphysical.
Christianity is not metaphysics. The traditional one is metaphysics. Christianity is not metaphysics. It's just a book in the Bible you are reading, and then you just preach and preach. But there's no thing you put together. The traditional one, they put 2 and 2 together and they see something. What do you put together in Christianity? Absolutely nothing. Except
sorry, I only came to spend 2 minutes on this topic. Because I worked in Denver, Colorado before for like 2 years. There's nothing Adeboye did. That place is a mile high above sea level, if it's Denver. And most of the Colorado is in the Rockies. So the weather there is very unpredictable. In January, it may snow. We will get to the airport on Monday. All snow like 5 inches. By the time it's Wednesday, we can't even wear sweater because it's very hot. In July, you go there, there's supposed to be summer, it may snow. So Adeboye did nothing. It's just the nature of the weather in Colorado.
He held on to the snow, right? Is that what
They didn't hold on to any snow. It's a natural
so what are you saying?
that area.
Adeboye did nothing.
It did not do anything. I'm saying it's a natural phenomenon in that area. That's the weather pattern in that area.
Okay,
it did not do anything.
That he lied. Okay, I get you.
It's just BSing. It's a normal thing in that. It's a normal thing in Denver. You get to the airport, all snowed up. Next day is all sunny. You all wonder like, what the hell? Because you get there with 3 layers. Next day you can barely just wear a shirt. So it's just how what happens in Colorado. So
you know another city that's like that is Houston, Texas. That's another city that's like that, where in the morning they will have hot weather, in the evening, in the afternoon maybe cold. It's just the weather just changes within one day. It can change 3 times.
Yeah.
So there's certain part of US where you experience those things. But when pastors see for the first time, you say, "Oh, it's because of me."
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I can't go to church anymore, because when they start
everything
saying all
they
these
say it's because of them. It's Jesus.
It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. It happens
It's psychiatric
regularly.
disorder. They're all sick. Let's hear from Mr. Alexander Kulata. Just 1 minute, please.
Oh,
folks, how are you? Yoruba people say, pardon my accent, if you guys don't, please, I beg. I've been around for too long for me not to know that thing is. If you go to Eweland in Togo, Ghana, if you go to some parts of Ekiti and Ondo and Badagry especially, you know that some things happen in the spiritual world that you cannot explain. And like I was telling you, Dupe, you responded sarcastically. I have seen 1973, Lagos, Surulere, Ogulano Drive, where an Afa It was raining. I was sitting down next to my mother. It was raining. We're at a wedding. It was raining. It was a Muslim wedding. I sat next to my mother. It was raining, and the Alpha looked up and said one or two things. And within 3 minutes, the rain stopped. And 3 minutes, 4 minutes away from us, it was raining. And where we were, it wasn't raining. And believe me, 73, my Yoruba wasn't very good. And I was very English at the time. So I'm telling you, things happen that one cannot explain. So we shouldn't poo-poo that. So that's why I called. I don't know this Adeboye that Dupe is trying to label as being delusional. It might be going through early Alzheimer's. I don't know. I haven't done an evaluation. That's my area speciality. I don't follow him because I think that Christianity has been badly monetized, and everybody's if Adeboye can own 2-3 private jets, then what are we talking about? So that's why I called in. I'm not interested in this sex thing. I can't get into that. On the first issue we're talking about, this Christianity thing, it's indoctrination. It's a brainwash kind of thing. People have been brainwashed to believe that when they are sick and they can go to a man of God and they can be cured. I suffered from it personally because I lost the most beloved person I've ever met in my life, my sister, who had a PhD and was a first-class student, and she believed that Christ could save her, and she refused chemo and radiation, and she died in the process. It hurts to say it, but it's a mindset. It's a brainwash thing. We as Africans are just caught like that. I don't know where we got that indoctrination from. It's unfortunate, but that's who we are. We can come to United States or Europe or wherever you are and start changing your mindset because you see the way the Oyibo man is behaving. We are not Oyibo people. Some of us were born and raised in Africa, and we are Africans by very nature. So certain things are peculiar to us. So that's why I called in, Dukwe. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks so
All right.
much. We really appreciate your contribution. Thank you.
All right. So, to round up, Adeboye just experienced something that's natural, that happens in that space. So he's attributing it to Jesus or whatever. It's just him being ignorant. It's also one of the reasons why it's difficult for learned people to sit in church, because they say all this stuff that everybody, if you know the explanation of those things, you'll just be shaking your head like, why am I here? Dumping. It's like people go to church and you have to almost consciously dump yourself down when they start saying things like it's because of demon. I think the last time I went to a redeemed church was when I was there and someone said Hurricane Katrina. I think that's the one that happened in Houston, right? They said it's because of the prostitution there that the hurricane
That's New
happened.
Orleans. New Orleans. Katrina is
The
New
one in New Orleans. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? Hurricane happens in this area every freaking year. There's a pattern. So what does prostitution have to do with anything? So this religion of a thing, it's a personal thing. I get it. This organized religion it's a lot of time. It's
Kulata. You know what? Did they even inform us that okay, I'm going to Colorado and I'm going to stop winter, suspend winter? It was an aftermath.
It's aftermath.
That is graduate now. That's
No, the
graduate.
government is whenever something happen, they always attribute it to themselves. Like,
they have to now
miracle
lay
happened.
claim to it.
It's not something you pre-plan or like, okay, I'm going here to do this and I did it. They'll just say, just like in church, they are giving testimony. They'll say, I just got a job. Oh, it's because of he attributed to because Christ. I mean, you just got it. What about the other days you haven't got a job? You're looking for the job. I mean,
I think because he's an elderly man too, so people will not question him or just
what I think is that even if your wife or your husband decide that they're not going to leave that religious setting, that they still want to go, please do not take your children to other places. I'm begging you guys, do not take your children to, because it's going to dumb down their IQ. They won't be able to think in a critical manner. It is very dangerous to take children into all these houses. If you want to go as an adult, it's okay. You'll be able to filter the bad from the good. But a child will not be able to filter it. It is dangerous. Me personally, if I have all these my cousins, I'm always telling the boys, if you have a girl that goes to the church all the time, do not get married to that kind of a person or go to Moscow, wherever. If you are a girl, a boy that's so religious will not be able to think in a critical mind. Do not get married. It is dangerous. My people, I fear ignorance more than death. Ignorance is very dangerous. It can kill you. I don't fear death, but I fear ignorance a lot. And I preach this to everybody that I see. Okay, you guys
But
can continue.
there are aspects that are good about organized religion, but there are a lot of aspects that are bad. Just train your child to be able to think so they can sort through nonsense as they grow up. I'm not going to force I don't go to church, but I let my kids go to church. But because eventually they're going to figure stuff out. We're going to figure the good aspect from the bad aspect. There are good things about Christianity. I know the church I used to go to before. I just flat out stopped going to Nigeria churches because I couldn't stomach it because they were saying a lot of nonsense. So I started going to some American church whereby you see them take money, they take it to Ethiopia. There was an area in Ethiopia that has a prostitute. So they bought one of the brothels there, they turned it to a rehabilitation center, and they started changing lives. I was happy that my money went into something like that. And there's clear audit of what was going on. But at the same time, they still propagate you have to tithe, you have to this, you have to that. So there's always a constant conflict, even though you can see that there was good stewardship. At least the pastor's house is like $250,000. Very cheap. Like he's not spending in people's money. But so I will not condemn it in its entirety because there are good aspects of it. But the dogmatic, the brainwashing, the turning people to robots, to making people not think rationally, that aspect, if you train a child well, the child will be able to figure out that, okay, this is good, this is bad. Because at the same time, a child that wants to pick ignorance can pick it outside of the church. So it's not necessarily that it's the church or the mosque. It's just how the child is. Sometimes if you train a child, the child may decide not to take that training, or maybe just doesn't take the training. What are you going to do about it? So it's let the child, to your best of our abilities, let the child have his own free will to be able to make a judgment of, okay, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. So it's okay for them to go to church. I don't care. But I personally cannot sit in a place where a pastor is throwing garbage like Katrina is caused by this is that. And that happens in a lot of Nigerian churches. You can't be in this world. I haven't been to China where you see billions of people that are not Christians, and you cannot tell me their ultimate fate is going to be destruction. What sort of creation is that? That doesn't make any sense. Same thing,
Pulata,
you go to India.
The Oyimbos, right? I've been around them. They are pastors and they don't tell you that their religion is the only way and Jesus
No, they
the
don't
Lord
say
and
that.
personal
They don't say
savior.
that.
And they don't do that. It's all about personal development. What they are doing is
Exactly.
like they're
Yeah.
teaching you how to think. It's more like they're being with a psychologist kind of thing. They're trying to help your life. That's what they do. And I
Yes.
met some Oyimbos that I even tell them that, oh, I'm African, I practice African stuff, and they don't have problem with that. They don't even they even want to learn. They say, oh, can you educate me about your this thing? So they don't do that. This is the way, and your light, truth and the light. Whatever you do that's outside of this, you're worshiping devil. They don't do that. They don't get into all that judgmental shit. They don't care. But in Nigeria, the pastors, they want to kill every other religion around them or every other practice around them. They will say the Babalawos are the bad people, the Onishegun are the bad people. Are you kidding me? When you are worse than I am. That's just the thing about them. Like, I can't stand. You know,
it is that judgmental attitude, like we are holier than thou. Meanwhile, you are the one that sins the most.
the
I
most.
mean, that judgmental attitude, like you're going to hell, you're doing this, you're doing that. That stigmatization, that kind of, I mean, and also that herd mentality stuff. Pastor said this, Keniko, we must all, I mean, those kind of things is the defective thinking. And those are kind of things that will not make the country progress. And those are the things that can stand in the way of progress in Nigeria. I lost, when I was I mean, back in the day, in staff school, sorry, primary school, there was this young girl. We were in primary 6 then. Very brilliant, very, very brilliant. Malaria. She only had malaria. They did not let her, they didn't allow them to take her to health center because they're Jehovah Witnesses. She died. That woman right now, she would have been a CEO somewhere. I bet you. She would have been a CEO somewhere. You know, one of those natural leaders as a kid. She was, you know, all those class captain kind of like, she could command the stage. She could, at that young age, but she's gone. Malaria, ordinary malaria. They will not let them treat her because of Jehovah's Witness. So those kind of things are harmful and doesn't even make any common sense. So
one thing, Kulata. See, it's unfortunate those people that brought what is not in the Bible. I don't know. I just talk for the Bible because that's where I'm familiar with to it. You will see when you even go to the Bible in Matthew 9:12, there you understand where Jesus clearly said that it is not AD. Know that those people that are, it's not the AD one that need a doctor, but the sick one. You know what Jesus is telling you, was telling you there was simply that to say that, okay, if you are sick, you need a doctor. The one that's not sick. So how people come around saying, oh, when you are sick, you should not seek doctor. That's where the problem is. And unfortunately, this is not within the Christendom though. You will see some people too, no matter what happens to them, someone that has a fractured leg now, he'll be looking for traditional people to help him when you want to essay. Instead for you to go to Gobi or one orthopedic hospital for to apply the current science and help you fix your things. Some will just go to one native doctor until the leg becomes something they need to amputate. So I think we need some kind of regulations, and we need some kind of consequences for those people that will be indoctrinating wrongly. For example, now we see the like of what's the name of this former doctor that used to be in the military that is supporting a bandit, you know, Bumi. You know, if you have some kind of regulation, you make scapegoat of some religious leaders that are indoctrinating people wrongly. You pick them up. You know, sometimes we think that there is no religion in Japan or something. There are religions there, but their leaders don't just come out and utter nonsense. That's the problem. I grew up in Anglican, and I so enjoy my Anglican until I try to move out of Anglican to join whatever you want to call them. You understand? In the name of a Pentecostal.
And I agree with you, Ola. In Ghana, this last December in Ghana, that was December 2022. They sent out a statement by the government that none of the pastors should come out for any prophecy for the new year. That if you come out for any prophecy, they're going to arrest you. So they made it so compulsory. They did not allow any of those pastors to make any prophecy towards 2023. So it's important for government to take charge of these things.
You know why I respect China? In China, they say any thing that's not from China, they don't even allow it. They don't, like, they control what comes from outside to come to the mind of their people. So you can't go to China and say, I'm coming here to spread Islam or Christianity or something. The Chinese government will ask you a question. What does this have to do with who we are? So they regulate what comes in. But Nigeria, anything can come in. Now we have some other religion are even coming to Nigeria. One guy now is in Nigeria and he's trying to promote Hinduism. Some people, they call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites. They're now in Nigeria now. They're trying to promote Black Hebrew Israelites. Some people will start bringing Hinduism. Everything, dump it into our society. We don't pay attention to making rules like, hey, what is his intention of this? Why are you bringing this foreign thing here? You know, so we don't question those things. So that's why I respect China. I respect those Asian people. They didn't allow Europeans to just come and twist them. You know.
Mike, can I interject, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's a nice discussion, and you mentioned where I've lived before, so I have to quickly jump in and contribute. In China, when you have a job, the employer will warn you very seriously. Every employer will warn you. You cannot preach religion here. Even if you are a teacher in the classroom, you cannot talk about religion here. A lot of Americans were deported because of this reason. Because some of them will hide and they want to perpetrate that religion. Immediately, the Chinese knew they would deport them immediately. And before they deport you, sometimes you might be put in jail for 1, 2, or 3 months. I now see the reason why that country banned religion. There are about 1.4 billion people. Let's assume they accept religion. Do you think like what happened in Nigeria, they will also use it to bamboozle them by telling them that miracle is there and you don't need to work hard and then miracle will come your way. For 1.4 billion people, that would have been a big disaster. So for them, it's a secular state, no religion. They believe in their hard work, put in the work and plan your life, and then you'll be successful. That is the hallmark they always preach. An average Chinese man does not like you to be telling him negative story about yourself every time. They detest it. They will tell you, go out there and work. Stop all this negative, forget about the past. That is the country I learned one thing. Always forget about the past, look at the future, continue to forge ahead. One day you will make it. Don't always look about, okay, some people do bad things to me, or in the last few years, I'm not making it. So it's my village people are after me, or some people don't like me. If you don't like that city, you can move to another city. Put your life back together, and then you will really reap the success of your hard work. For that reason, I really appreciate them. The way they work overnight. If they want to fix something, they don't listen to like your lawmakers is saying, oh, this is interest. No. The government want to build a bridge. I'm going to build this bridge in 1 month. They will build it in 1 month. They will compensate the people they're supposed to compensate. And if you are very adamant that you don't want your building to be removed, there is a case in China. They just construct another bridge beside his house and they move on in the highway. So, and discipline, they don't care who you are. I will tell you the truth. Corruption is also high in China. But one thing I learned is that 80% of the money is not going outside of that system. But when you steal their money, then you have to repatriate, like establish factory, setting up a company so that you can create employment for the local people. But when you think about Nigeria, everybody take the money to America. They take it to all other countries of the world. So to me, religion, I think your faith lies in your heart. I believe in one thing, that wherever you find yourself and kneel down or pray, even inside your room, God will listen to you.
Thank you, Remy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Remy. Can I come here also? Because I'll be here for a very long time listening. Yeah.
Okay, Midwest, can we hear from you?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I just had Remy, talking, but I agree with him 100% because but one thing is very clear. I also want to talk to Mike. Mike, one thing is this: I will still tell you, Jesus Christ is Lord. There's nothing wrong with Jesus' doctrine. If you look
who's Lord? Is it my Lord or your Lord?
Yeah, mine. I whether it's not yours, but it's mine. So I have to
your Lord.
confess that before you. I believe also in the tradition of my ancestors as well, because most of them were also rooted and granted in the biblical doctrine.
Wow.
But it's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's very unfortunate that these white people, when they came, to some degree, among them, there were those who were also honest, who want to help. They lay foundation to help, but we didn't copy it. Because after all, the masters that were with us, The laws they were making were never for them, and it was for we, the indigenous people, our ancestors, to obey. So those things has affected us psychologically, the way we approach our problem in terms of if we want to solve problem. That's why you see president will wake up and be enacting law. It doesn't, the ones that we touch him to make him to function as a leader, he will not go to that area. So it affected us. Like if you look at the kind of Christianity we practice today, this is not the Christianity they brought to us. Their Christianity, they were building schools, and when they build that schools, they help poor family to go to those schools. Records are there. So it was not about miracle. It was about faith in God. You see it now. And it was not also about money. They did a lot for us as a people.
Midwest, I will advise you to go read a lot about history of Christianity. Everybody should try and read about the history of
history of Christianity is broad. It depends on the countries where you want to read about. You see it now. If you even Christianity,
the British brought it to you, right? Hold on. The British
wait,
brought it to you.
Yeah. Yes.
So read about it from the British aspect.
But have you read those who brought it to the British?
I've read everything. It's a fluke.
Okay, then you will also know that people brought it to British and it favored them.
And they captured it. They made it as if it's theirs. So they actually misinterpreted. Listen, brother, the original scriptures, the scrolls, were actually misinterpreted into the King James. So it's not
but I will not go to that details. Let me just my point.
How did Christianity favor the British?
Wait now. Let me tell you how it favored them. It favored the whole European.
Midwest, before you go, let me ask you. Midwest, hold on.
Let me outline my point because I don't want to derail my.
It will help your point. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Do you think Christianity was used as a tool to spread salvation by the British? Was it used as a tool for salvation, or it was a tool of conquest?
To some degree, it was a tool of salvation, and to some degree, it was a tool of conquest. Because I will tell you why. There is a way. The Christianity wasn't what they used to penetrate us. I will tell you why. When I was growing up, I'm a Benin person. Few people who go to church those days when I was growing were totally rejected. That's to tell you, for the years of colonization, they never actually penetrated us with this religion the way it is today. People still hold our tradition firm because it defined whom they are. It defined the way they relate with one another in terms of marriage, in terms of society upbringing. When I was growing up, my father would tell me, don't do. If my father is not there, I want to do. A stranger will see me and tell me the same thing my father told me. That's how I grew up. And I think many of us here enjoy those kind of privileges. But today, the reverse is the case. Because the society were well organized in terms of traditional, like the Yorubas, the Beninese, and other Asian civilized people within that country, and Africa as well. They have a way of running their society. So the Christianity actually did not.
Midwest, those Christians that you're talking about, in my opinion, are more wicked than the Christians we have now. Those Christians you're talking about then are more wicked than those ones that we have now. This Baba Deboye is, and they are just too nice. Those ones that brought it to you are far way more wicked.
Yeah, the one thing about Christianity is this. It's a matter of individual. There are some element or group of people who do things differently. No matter how you describe the religion, be it Islam, be it Christianity, be it Judaism, sometimes they are self-controlled them. It's always like that. But among them, because of those bad people, we cannot say there are no good ones among them. The good ones tried for us. They gave us free education with the name of the churches. With the church fund, they supported so many people. They supported communities. As well, they also commit what was not good. But when this Pentecostal African church spring up, because this is not what they brought for us, of this, I'm so special to talk to God, and God can talk to me. I can hear, the rest of you cannot hear. They didn't bring this kind of doctrine to us. It is an African making. And that is what led to this video that you just played.
Are you
Those
saying
days
it's a
when you
different Bible they were using back then? I mean, it's the same thing.
It's
Mike,
not
hold
different
on.
Bible. It
Hold on.
depends on the
Okay,
way. It
Midwest, let me
depends
say
on the
this.
interpretation.
Midwest,
Let me
as
just
a
quickly put like
man,
this video.
let
Me
me say
talk
this
the
to you,
video.
please. Midwest, let me say this to you. If you are a man and you want to do something, it's important to research about that thing as a man because you're the head of your house. Do you understand what I mean? So if you're saying some people are deceiving that they are hearing from God, so the people, let me explain it to you. The people that started hearing from God, the original people that started hearing from God, are the priests, the Catholic priest. They will be behind a curtain. That's why I said go research, because you don't know anything about this thing you're practicing. They will be behind a curtain, and well, hold on, people will come for confession. Do you understand what I mean? So you come to your priest. Priest, I did this yesterday. I slept with my neighbor's wife. I did this. Please help me tell God to forgive me. So the priest will go quiet, talk to God, and tell you God has not forgiven you. Hold on. Then we'll tell you to go and bring 1 shilling so that we'll be able to bribe God to forgive you. Hold on. It's important to always research. Don't just come to the public to come and defend something you don't know anything about. It is dangerous. So the priest will collect, or sometimes the priest might tell a beautiful woman that God requires me to sleep with you first before God can forgive you. Please, nobody should come for me, because if you are coming from me from a place of ignorance, I won't answer you this morning. If you are knowledgeable about what I'm talking about, then come into the studio and challenge me. But if you don't know it, just keep quiet.
Madam,
Thank
wait.
you, my brother.
What you just said, I've said it before. Even 12 were with Jesus, one sold him. So, in other words, among those multitudes before Christ, there are still people whom their mind were not with Christ. So, some priests were not actually God-fearing priests. Even in the traditional setting, which our ancestors really, they established their own tradition. There are priests those days. When they tell you, this is what is going to happen, you see it manifesting. I grew up also to some certain degree in a house, real traditional houses. I'm telling you, I've seen powers, I've seen manifestation. Like people will tell you everything is physical. No, you can't tell me that. Somebody, I think last was trying to explain that also, because spiritually things really exist. So I don't stand with people who just say, oh, everything is physical, we should just take it as physical. No, there are, when you have been to a certain place, you will see some certain things for yourself. So that is a fact. I knew of people, I have been to a place where somebody does, I went there on my own, and he told me things that happened like 12 years ago. Nobody took me there. It doesn't know me.
Okay, Midwest, hope
About
you
my own
join
life.
us next week again. We have to just close the show. It's now
Okay.
3 hours, 33 minutes.
But I wanted to quickly put something about that women, something you were saying.
Oh, please, not before I just say something with my sister, Dupsy.
Okay.
My sister, let me quickly put that one before.
Midway has spoken enough of what is not our culture or tradition. Is enjoying his life abroad. You remember, my sister Dupsy, remember back in the days, we did debate about this thing where they were calling me an atheist. Then you came to rescue me. Remember that day with Victoria?
Remember, Tony. I do.
That is why most of Nigerians have brought. Mike is also there. Mike also came in to say that this is what Tony was saying. I said that this people that didn't believe in Jesus Christ are the one making Samsung mobile phone for you, laptops, all this one source, everything. They don't believe in God. So they don't believe in Jesus, but they have their own God. Like we also have our gods in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So we have gods of Onoku, of Onoku. We have gods of Via. We have Eleyele, gods of Eleyele, waters. And so on and so forth. So, but I don't know. The simple question you just asked that guy from Edo State, which is we're our brothers, all of us from the west, western part of Nigeria, including Edo Delta. That is Western Nigeria, whether you like them or not. So we know that our traditional culture, that the question you just asked this guy, that he was just firmly, is like, if they didn't come, if the British didn't come to Africa, how would you have known about this useless Christianity? You know what I'm saying? That they came with, as a as a colonial tool. You know what I'm saying? To brainwash and whitewash the black people, so they can go to suck their, their natural resources later on. Till today, you see what the hell is going on. So that particular day, remember, we were talking about this issue. Now, let me ask you a question. So that there was a confusion there, that where they said that our forefathers are now rotting in jail. People don't.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, you remember, and I remember that what somebody was saying something about Chinese just now. Is it Remy? Remy, hello. So I told them.
It is Remy.
I told them that about China, that they practice Buddhist or whatever they like, Shinto. You know what I'm saying? I said that, but the day you carry your Bible and go to the street, let me say you are going to do national service. You know what they call national service? Now be jail, 10 years hard labor. You will be working and building all those houses they are building in China. It's not by contractors. So now prisoners they grow their rights. That's how you go do. So then I contact and say, who they make your Mitsubishi? So you say they know it's free entire heaven, that you're useless everywhere, not there. So the simple truth is that Christianity is anti-Africa. If you say, they already call me an atheist here. I'm very happy that, look, that I love, Awolowo, now, like my father did, my grandfather, all of them, my mother, my aunties. Because
all right, Tony, Dupsy was about to round off. She's just giving you.
No, I know, but she allowed me to come in. So
yeah,
no,
I'm enjoying Tony now.
Don't cut me off. What I'm trying to say is like, hold on. I say, as an Awoist, the younger of this our generation, a die-hard one for that matter. So I'm a man with vision. So this discussion that I had about 1 year ago is what people are now coming to realize. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Sister Dusi, I really
Thank you
appreciate
so much,
you.
Tony, for your contribution. I really appreciate
I really appreciate you. I appreciate, and I'm happy that you took correction. You see during your first show where you were trying to be saying which I despise so much. So then, but later I can see that you adjusted, and then subsequent show you are trying to minimize that because, I hate it. The thing they trouble me.
Sorry about that, my
everywhere.
brother. I didn't realize that.
No. They attack many people like that too. So I really thank you that you adjusted, and you are a true African woman.
Thank you
like
for correcting me, Tony. Thank
yes,
you so much for correcting me.
Really correct our sister. You be okay. Not be this one. They don't go to America. They don't begin to say what is unique about us is the way we speak. Many Lebanese in Germany, they want to speak like us. They want to eat okra. They want to eat fufu. But they try to copy Igbo. Okay,
make sure you come earlier next week so that we can have a robust conversation.
Yes. I thought that it was a political issue, but when I just came, I said, okay, let me just come because political on itself. We are not agreeing that we should all go back home to take over our respective local government and pursue all these people they call themselves, all those ants where they call themselves politicals. Those idiot legislators, president, whatever you call all of them, let them play. We have to go back home and occupy our very own local government and pursue them out, smoke them out like you smoke rabbit out of hose.
Thank you very so much, Tony. Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. So we have to say thank you to the people that gave us super chat today. If one man can help me by bringing people up so that I can actually thank them for the super chat they gave us. Thank you so much, sir, Alexander Gomez.
Sorry, my sister, just to close up. The day the colonial master left, that's supposed to be the day that the Christianity followed them.
Exactly.
Okay? So if you think otherwise, then you are stupid black people. That they attack me from many platforms. They are people. Thank you.
Don't say that.
No, many everywhere. They don't say. So they don't tell me that why they attack. I said black man needs conking for head before you can be able to open their ori to pour those truth inside. Okay. The day when you say you fight for independence, say British go, Germans go, this go, Saudi Arabia go from the north. You carry their religion, follow them. For their front before they will even move.
So they come earlier next week so that we can have a robust conversation. Thank you so much, brother, for coming. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Alexander Gomez, the chairman of the One Man platform. Thank you so much, sir, for always supporting. Thank you, Ola. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Ola, again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Alexander, again. Thank you so much for supporting us all the time. Howdy, thank you, my brother. Thanks so much for supporting. And fourth, thank you. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Doopsie baby. I'm thanking myself. Okay, good. Oh, mind the next person. Oh, PCH Rise, thank you so much for coming to support us this Sunday on our Sunday sermon. This is where we have our own church, our own mosque, our own religion. This is where we have it. Ayo, my brother mi Olowo Kashogi over time. Thank you so much for always supporting One Man's platform. Ola again, thank you so much, Ola. Thank you so much, Mr. Alexander Gomez, for always supporting us. Thank you. This should be X-rated. Okay, sir. Kulata, thank you so much, Kulata, for always supporting One Man's platform. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I know it's a sensitive topic, but I appreciate each and every one of your contribution. Thank you so much. I didn't see Zita today and Princess Rosie. I miss you. Miss you, babes. Please make sure you show up next Sunday for Doopsie. I always appreciate you girls coming up to support me. And thank you for Ty, my love. Thank you so much for coming, for showing up for me today. Thank you. I appreciate you. Chairman, I blow all the kisses in the world to you. Thank you so much, my darling, for always supporting Doopsie baby. Thank you so much. We're here to educate ourselves every time. Please come with your contribution, intellectual contribution. I appreciate that. Don't come to attack me. I won't attack you. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, woman, my boss. You're the best. God bless you.